My bad. They should hear us now. My bad. My bad. Y'all should hear us now. What's up? My bad. They should hear us now.
Yeah, you can't hear.
They should hear us now. I just heard my voice. My bad. Y'all should hear us now. What's up? Yeah, I just
Yeah,
heard
they
my
hear us
voice.
now.
Okay, cool.
No,
All
no,
right.
no, because I went. Yeah, you can't hear. Hey, I'm about to just say this for the one time. Suck out
I just heard my
fat.
voice.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Since nobody want to come to their own channel to stream because they
Yeah,
would
they hear us
rather
now.
draft about basketball, welcome to the Two
No, no, no,
Haitians
because
podcast.
I went. Yeah, you can't hear. Hey, I'm about
Two
to just say this for
Haitians.
the one time.
Hey man,
You got the skinny
you
one.
yeah. Since nobody
Where's
want
that
to
You got
come to
the
their
fat
own
one.
channel to stream, you playing the stream off for something else, somebody? Basketball. Welcome to the Two
Huh?
Haitians podcast.
Hey, I'm about
No.
to just say this for the one time.
Hey man,
You got the skinny one.
yeah. Since nobody want to
You got the fat one.
channel to you playing the stream off for something else, somebody?
Is it gone?
Oh, never mind. I know what it is. Okay. Yeah. So
Nigga, it was you.
yeah, it was me. My bad. I'm stupid.
Ah,
I'm dumb.
you had the stream up somewhere else.
Yeah, it's just on the actual like you know what I'm saying on YouTube.
Yeah.
It'll play the video while you're doing the shit. So,
Go ahead, go ahead.
but yeah, now welcome to the Two Haitians podcast because that's what this is now. Because motherfuckers don't want to stream on their own channel like a bunch of bitches. So
Oh wow,
yeah,
I ain't gonna say all that.
I said
Niggas,
what I
that,
said. What I
niggas just
said.
niggas just want to draft, basketball
I
players.
mean, they couldn't have done
No,
that shit at like 4.
no, because Hater was at work and he didn't.
Oh,
He put it.
hater want to work and shit.
He put it for this time. I'm not gonna lie, it's been set
So
for this
when I
time.
so
So
when I said 8 o'clock, why ain't nobody go? No, we drafting at 8 o'clock. And y'all want
hey,
and y'all want to give me shit 2 days ago talking about oh you was late da 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 we was here on time. Where's being here on time now? Y'all don't want to be on time today.
okay, where's being on time? Yeah,
So now it's the Two
it's two
Haitian
Haitians.
podcast, and that's what the episode is
I
called.
T
And
I
ain't
T
nobody can say
I
shit to
T
me about that.
I T I T I.
All right, so what you want to talk about first, Empire? We got One Piece, My Hero. I don't really read Black Clover like that.
We um I hope Sensei ain't in the chat, but I don't read mid Clover. That ain't for me.
Yeah,
If
Mick
Sensei want to
Clover.
come in here and talk that, he can
Yeah,
talk that. But
Sensei, if you want to talk about Trash Clover, you're more than welcome to join your own channel. You know what I mean? But
do you want to start with the My Hero, or and because
yeah, let's do
I feel
My
like they,
Hero.
yeah.
How you felt about
Um,
how you felt about the Jota?
well, I gave it like I enjoyed it. Like I gave it a rating on like me enjoying it at 8, but you know, to be honest, I still have the lag, the withdrawals of like the last
Yeah,
arc,
yeah.
my villain.
Off of the greatness of my villain, but I feel like you know what I'm saying. I still have that editor, the editor of My Hero's voice in my head, and he said,
Oh,
and I have this is not One Piece, so I got every right to believe this man. The editor of
go
My
ahead.
Hero said that uh that this arc that we're currently in is going to be way more intense than My Villain and Overhaul.
That says a lot.
That says a lot. And I feel like if you could just tell by the writing and shit, like I could tell that this is about to be a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Cause
Oh
like
yeah,
he's
he's
taking his
setting up for a
time.
masterpiece.
Yeah, he's taking
He's
his
set.
time. Like it's kind of
I
scary
like
how
all the
slow he
pieces.
writing.
Yeah, I like all the pieces fitting. Cause I was with Dustin earlier. And what he said was that right now we just don't have like a main thing about the story that we're going off of. Besides, it's the internship, but we don't have like a whole like a glue for this arc
Mhm.
yet. You feel me?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
this chapter though, yeah, chapter was an 8. Best moment, Deku's big ass monologue of
Yeah.
how
What
his
the
quirk
fuck?
works.
I saw.
I don't.
I saw that text bubble from Deku and I was mad. Like I was just like it's like
I,
I did not sign up to
do
read
you
this
really
shit.
gotta read this?
Yeah, like I was just like this is some Hunter x Hunter shit. Like I'm not here for that.
It's it's funny though. That's literally what I thought. I was like, damn, I be giving like Hunter slack, but I don't give a fuck, boy. That I read all of that. I really did,
Yeah, I
and I
did
read
too.
that shit in Deku's voice because that shit was funny to me. It was just funny. like this nigga's explaining his powers, and the next thing you know, he's like, well, to be honest, this how like shit.
I mean,
I went from mad to now I gotta read this
were
to
you
like
like
this is
when you had read that
laughing.
moment, right? No, not laughing, but like when you had read him talk about like the black whip shit, it came
Oh,
across as like it came across to me like, oh, like he wants to use it to attack people. And like when I saw that quirk, like the first thing I thought of was mobility. So like were you shocked that he wants to use it as a way to attack people, not a way to like move faster and shit?
low key, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Cause I thought I was
yeah.
I thought I was shocked. You know what I mean? That shit threw me off. And then Bakugo
Cause he did,
answer too was like, oh man, it was just weird.
yeah. It's
Shit was
kind of nice. It's kind of nice seeing Endeavor interact with these students. I mean, he gonna die soon, but he's a nice number one hero for what we got. I love how Todoroki told that nigga what's up.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad for that nigga
You felt
Endeavor.
and you
Man,
felt bad for him. I did it.
yeah,
I
I
ain't
felt
feel
bad.
nothing.
I was like, damn, bro. Like you don't have to put it like that, bro. Like he said, I'm
He
not
really
here
do.
because I fuck with you. I'm here because you're the number one hero and you can teach me shit. But you still an ain't shit nigga. Like that's essentially what he said to his dad. Like I was just
That's a
like,
fact.
listen,
Hey, that nigga know he's right too. He's like, damn, this whole time
man. That's how you
I thought he
know.
was.
That's how you know these niggas not black. Cause a black dad would have smacked the shit out of that nigga. Period. Period. Like you're not gonna call
Shit.
me a deadbeat to my face like that.
Hey, if you've been acting like a deadbeat, I'm gonna call you what you are.
He was just trying to make Todoroki great, and if Todoroki can't
God, please,
recognize that, I mean, I don't know what to tell the boy.
please. You saw what he did to their mom, bro. I ain't going for that. They had to
Well,
do that to that lady.
maybe his mom was a hoe.
No, she wasn't. You know that bitch was faithful. She was arranged to marry you, nigga. Shut up.
She could have been a hoe. Exactly. It was an arranged marriage. She wasn't
Shut
really fucking
up.
with that nigga anyway, so she was getting dick on the
You,
side. She was a hoe.
nah, you know that nigga Endeavor is probably mad because he walked in and she was watching some All Might footage. What? What? My rival? Yeah, bitch. It
And
look
so
better
he
than you.
and so he smacked the shit out of her like he should. Todoroki can't be mad at that.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. He listen.
Yes, he can.
If Todoroki's mom was hoeing, Todoroki
She
should be
wasn't
mad.
hoeing.
She was hoeing.
She wasn't hoeing. You're not gonna do that to that
I think she
woman.
was. I don't. I listen. I think whatever reason Endeavor started smacking the shit out of their mama. I think it's their
It was not
mama's fault.
necessary.
Nah, I think
It
it's
was
the
not
same. No,
necessary.
it absolutely is necessary. I think it's their mama fault.
It really wasn't. Because you beat the kids too, but that wasn't necessary. We see how they
Well,
turned
look,
out.
think about it. The mama was getting her ass whooped, so she turned the kids against Endeavor. And now all of the
No,
kids think Endeavor's an ancient nigga, so he was smacking the shit out of them too. Like
no, it's their mama. What the fuck?
it's
Of
their
course they gonna
mama.
side with. Of course you gonna side with your mama's side
Not if my
when you
mama's a
done
hoe.
witness. When hey, not when my mama was saying that I didn't witness my father the demon. Yeah, yeah.
there's no proof that his mama was a saint.
Ain't no proof that she was a hoe.
I mean, she's in a psych ward.
Uh, Yeah, that means she's crazy.
Exactly, crazy for dick.
No, crazy for crazy.
She crazy for dick. Oh, hold on.
Ah, bro, you gotta
My,
remember she.
hold on, my aunt is calling me.
Oh my God,
Hello, hello.
it's gonna be a little minute, y'all. You know how Haitian my aunts
Oh,
people
yo,
are.
I ate it like 5 minutes. It was so bomb.
But while we're
Yeah,
here,
I ate it last night, literally. Like as
just
soon as I ate
take
one,
the
I ate
time
it.
to
It was so good.
praise Jesus. Do what you gotta do.
Ooh, save me some.
Oh yeah.
You said mushrooms. I love
Fuck the
mushrooms.
mind.
Oh,
Fuck the bitch ass nigga Russell Westbrook.
when you making
Shout out to Derek Jeter. Shout out to the Yanks. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to A Rod.
yo,
Shout out to Aaron Rodgers.
call me.
Shout out to Drake.
Like I will.
Fuck 6ix9ine. Free TK.
Oh, all of a sudden she cares, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm
Yeah,
good
I
there.
never answer her either. Like, listen, I'm telling you, just for your own, just mental strength, just ignore
Whole lot of
like,
gang
she's
shit.
gonna degrade you. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
It's there anybody in the chat? One person. Who watching the screen?
Hmm.
Step up now, nigga.
Oh, so she sits there and tries to like make y'all argue? That's so weird, man. Hmm.
Two, eight.
Yeah. Hmm.
Time to fix these tires.
Yeah, no, she used to do that to me when I was his age all the time. All the time. She would wake me up at like
Man,
7 a.m.
niggas
talking
really
about, yeah,
cannot
go to
drive
sleep.
out here, man.
What?
God damn.
It's Sunday. Yeah, she doesn't care. Man, she's one of a kind, dude. She tries too much. Oh my god, I can't. I can't. Yeah, she's one of a kind. Like everything you tell me about her really just doesn't even surprise me anymore.
This nigga motion.
Yeah, exactly. But please let me know when you're making that because that was so good. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I gotta go, but I'll talk to you later.
Shit, I hope y'all enjoying.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. My aunt got some food for me, like a G.
Uh-huh.
Telling you,
I
listen,
bet
she hooked me up with these fucking. I don't even know what they are. They're like I want to say it's ravioli, but not really. It was like like shells. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
And she had put ground beef and sour cream in it last night. Gave me some. That shit was bomb. She called me today talking about, yeah, I'm gonna make them again, but this time I'm gonna put spinach and mushrooms. Bitch, I love spinach and mushrooms. Like I love it.
Slide them this way, baby.
Yeah, like my aunt is awesome, awesome.
Hey, she really in the kitchen though.
Oh, she be whipping it in the kitchen, bro.
You always need someone like that in
Yeah,
your family.
absolutely. You know what I mean? Like my mom's not really the cook, but my aunt is. So, God,
Oh no.
yeah. We ain't gotta get into that. I still love my
Hey, we
mom.
don't. Yeah, I feel you.
Anyway, what was we saying? Yeah. So Endeavor mom's a hoe, or Todoroki mom a hoe.
Shut up.
She is. I'm just saying. But how
Get
you
off of this.
how you felt about Bakugo's reasoning?
I like it. I mean, I feel like it's true to himself because essentially that is the only thing that like he only needs one more thing to become complete and I can actually see him like being the number one over these niggas if he had this one thing right now.
And what's
Because
that one
what
thing?
I don't know whenever this nigga finds that shit. What you think I really know man? He got what he got. He don't have he don't have like what would you call it, like the it factor that like All Might has. Because like when I see Hero and when I hear Hero and when I see Deck Bakugo, like oh yeah, you can save people and like you're cool and all that, but
So you telling me
like
you think he there to work on his personality?
I think he's there to work on himself a whole. I think he's also there to see what the number two hero that him became the number one hero. Like how has he changed a little? Like what is the number one hero? Like what is that changed him into? Because he's not the same nigga that he used to be.
I mean, I didn't really like his answer. Truth be told, like I was just like, you real cocky to talk about I could do anything with my quirk, which is just like, no, you can't do anything with your fucking quirk. Like I
But
mean,
that's who he is.
like
He's a
you got
cocky
he
ass
got he
motherfucker.
got that bullet shot shit, and
Yeah.
that's like the most versatile we've seen him with his quirk. You know what I mean? So
The-
like I would like to see him do, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to see more moves and shit from that man. Like I want to see him like whip out, fucking like how his sweat is fucking nitroglycerin. I want you to smack people with nitroglycerin and then ignite their face on fire. Like that's the type of shit I want to see you do. Not
or
fucking
create a wall of like throw some sweat on and then setting up
yeah,
some mines or some shit.
like a delayed explosion on some shit. You know what I mean?
All
Like the fact that he can't even do that, like that to me, like he still got a lot of, cause his quirk is very specific. He's the explosion man, and you're telling me with a specific ass quirk like that, you're not even thinking about other moves you can make. You're thinking about your personality, bro. Like give me a break.
right, do a quick monologue of what you think the other niggas are gonna be doing during their internships while I get some air for my tires.
What do I think the other people will be doing with their internships? I would really want, and this is my head canon, so y'all don't kill me in the chat and whatever. But my belief is that I would really like Uraraka to be able to manipulate her gravity on herself. You know what I'm saying? So she's real light in her movements, but when she like hits somebody, the weight like all of a sudden increases, and she's smacking the shit out of niggas. Like I feel like if Uraraka could control her gravity in the same way that Mirio can control his phasing, like Uraraka would be one of the
Should be
most
broken.
she'd be one of the most devastating motherfuckers in that whole series,
She
right?
ain't packing no punch.
Like, but she should be able to if you could control.
No, I'm saying, but if she controls her gravity, niggas gonna be like, she ain't packing no punch.
Yeah, and then you got the weight of the fucking world hitting you across your chest. Like that's just too devastating. Who just joined? Oh, so Super Cool want to fucking all of a sudden come in like he wasn't supposed to be here 36 minutes ago. Whatever. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying. Uh, I don't. I mean, like people like Froppy and the
Tokayami,
who's Tokayami?
not the fucking bird, nigga. Dark Shadow.
Oh, Dark Shadow. Oh man.
Because he can't work with Hawks. So what's he?
Yeah, he can't work with Hawks. I don't know really what he's gonna do, but I know uh once he's in there, uh once we see him again, like he'll probably be even more broken than he is now. But
Okay, my whole thing is like, would you would you like to see the other internships while we're throughout
no,
this arc? Because
there's
you
no. I
don't.
don't think there's any reason for us to. Like I think
Uh,
whatever's gonna happen, like obviously like the shit that Hawks told Endeavor, right, is going to come into
mhm.
play. You know what I mean? And because we got so much development for the my villain side, like we need that development for those three Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku in specific. So I'm not one of oh look who else joined. Like
I
you
run
wasn't
this.
supposed to be here
I
37
run
minutes
this.
ago.
I run this.
Nah, you don't run shit.
I run
No
this.
matter. Say it one
Shut
more
your
time.
mouth.
I dare you.
Shut your mouth.
Say it one more time.
Shut your mouth.
Say it
Shut
one
your
more
mouth.
time.
I run this. I
Okay,
run
bye.
this.
Next. Anyway.
Sir. I run this, sir. What do
Oh
you say?
damn, you joined quick as
Hey,
fuck. What the
I run this, stupid. Yeah, yeah. You thought I
Yeah.
wasn't ready. You thought I
Hey,
don't know your ugly ass tendencies, bum ass. You're so dumb ass.
Okay, so we
I
got a
gotta
couple
get
motherfuckers that
gotta get him
decided
out
to
of
come
here.
to their own channel to do their job. You know what I'm saying? So
Stupid
we
ass
got
nigga.
Cola and
Keep
Super
trying.
Cool,
Keep
but
trying.
Super Cool probably making a sandwich right now.
This
Um,
fact.
Big ass sandwich, you know how that go. Gonna take
That's
him
fact.
another
Went to the
30 minutes to
buffet
hop
today,
in
you
this
know what
bitch.
I'm saying?
He
Man,
had to
all
ate
right.
take
good and
40,
shit, you know what I'm saying?
So what y'all think
40
about the
minutes.
My Hero chapter? Since y'all want to be
Hey,
It's
here
pretty
now.
straight.
it
It was
was
pretty
pretty.
straight. To me, I just want to go hurry up and get like the internship started for real. Like
For
more,
I'm
you know what
already.
I'm
real.
saying? If we gonna get
Yeah.
more internships, I want to see how that shit flesh out. But like
I
it
was
was
kind
pretty
of
cool.
impressed.
Like I ain't really have that much of a
I
issue
was
with it.
pretty impressed with Endeavor, like himself. Like he seems like you can tell he's
He's
just on
changed.
another level. Yes, first
Yep.
off, he listened to every single thing Deku said, understand, and then gave him his input on what he should
It
do,
really
which
did.
is
That was
that was
funny.
pretty. That was
And
funny, and it
listen,
was long.
you listened to it all?
I read it. I was like, man, I gotta read all this, and I
No,
read
I'm
through,
talking
and I
about that.
read the whole thing.
I'm talking
And I
about
was,
his sidekick.
oh
Yeah, no,
yeah,
his
his sidekick
sidekick
was
was
like,
like,
that's
"You
something.
understood all that? Like facts. You understood all that, bro." Because if
Yeah,
Endeavor
Look,
didn't say what he said, I wouldn't have boiled it down like that.
Yeah, I went back and I read it and I was just like, man, this is a lot of just like jumbled
Shit to
mess.
read.
Yeah, just nothing.
I mean,
And then he said,
I asked
he said,
Senpai this.
I'm in my
Man,
hundred
shut
bag
the
right quick.
fuck up, soap.
Here we
Yeah,
go. You
wow.
want to get
Oh
disconnected
no.
too, huh? I got time for you niggas today, bro.
Yeah, yeah, here we
Yeah, you
go.
thought you got power. You think you don't. You think you got power. What's up?
Yeah, you
Nah,
think
but
you the only one?
I had
Yeah, what's
asked
up?
Senpai this question, right? Like, were y'all surprised that Deku was like thinking about the Black Whip as using it as an attack and not using it to be more mobile? Because that's what I thought he was gonna use it as.
Um,
I always thought they were gonna use him as an attack because
Really?
he can't keep putting all that strain on their body with on one for all. So
yeah,
like I feel
yeah.
like using
Based
that
on
as an
the
attack would kind of
yeah,
help him more.
based on how the attack itself works, like it seems so strenuous that it wouldn't be anything but an attack at this very
I
moment.
mean,
If he
but
learned,
didn't the
if
whip
he
come to your mind the first time you saw that?
No, of course it did, because the way it works is you think about it like, oh, it can be mobile, it can be like used as a weapon, like you can use it in various ways. It's very, very versatile. But and then you hear him, he's like, man, that put a lot of strain on my body. I'm like, okay, so it's not something that can be used all the time, like a mobility thing. So it'd have to be just as an attack purposes and not even like
Yeah,
something that you can
Nah, but I
anticipate.
think that's just because his body is weak as fuck. Like if he
Yeah,
like
that's yeah,
No,
yeah, but
no,
so that's
y'all,
what I'm
y'all,
saying.
y'all didn't understand. Y'all didn't understand what the shit. The it's not so much that the whip is putting the strain on his body physically, but like he said, his mind can't handle like jumping from using, you feel me,
One
one
power
all for
to
one,
another.
like the
Black
one for
whip,
all.
all,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
going back and forth
To
between the two.
yeah, you feel me? He can't handle all that shit right now.
Nah, I
You
feel
can't
that.
unlock that many doors. No,
That's
now.
true. That's pretty true.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Endeavor is that nigga, man.
He
Every
is the goat.
time we see a little bit more about this nigga, it is proven
What do you mean? You got
the theory
expand on
right.
that. What are you talking about?
Ain't no almighty
Bro,
though.
just the way, like, you feel me, like we seen it when he was fighting the Noma,
Mm-hmm.
how he analyzed and break shit down on the fly fast as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And like, remember what he was telling them? He was like, bro, this got to be the norm for y'all.
Yeah, I fuck
Already
fuck
thinking,
with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
it
you
was.
already got to be thinking, okay, let me get the area clear. So he says, which we seen. Remember when he popped up with the little dude with the glass quirk? He made it hot as hell, so the people was, oh shit, it's hot, bro. They started leaving.
Dude, that just makes
He's
him that much
he's a
more
hero
impressive.
he's a hero
And
that prioritizes himself in all three: rescue,
yeah,
evasion,
like
and
yeah, what he
whatever
was
the other one
saying
is.
made perfect sense in terms of
Combat.
him being a hero. That is the perfect, basically the perfect hero. He does everything to keep the public safe, neutralize the threat, and make sure that nothing else gets like destroyed or messed up. Like he seems like the exact kind of hero you should strive for. But it just shows like All Might was just on a ridiculous level where he was just like, oh, I could do all of that, plus take care of it, plus do all of that at a faster rate, and I could do it for every single person
And
at the same
niggas
time.
love me. Niggas love
Yeah,
me.
people love him. But Endeavor was just like it makes you just like impressive, just like the way he is just like he had the cleanest record out of almost every hero. Almost the cleanest record. They were saying like,
Bro, that,
yeah, go ahead, Wall.
well, no, I was
Yeah,
just gonna chime in and say, I always said that. I always said, bro, it's not that he was lacking as a hero compared to All Might. He just was not the symbol that everybody loved.
That's a fact.
that's facts.
Anybody telling you that he was lacking in any of the department tripping.
I know. What I am glad about is that, like, because I was wondered, like, could you have an agency that had all of those elements combined, or did you have to just choose one? So the fact that Endeavor does rescue, whatever, and fucking battle shit, like, it's just
Oh,
awesome.
No, no, no. No, it's not that he does all those. He says it's mandatory that you must excel in all three
If you want to
to
be
be
their
in his
level,
agency.
nah, but even to, I feel
okay.
like you need to be good
You
at all
going
these
in?
just to be at his level. We like there were like what's his name? Who wasn't like the Washington hero or the Black Hole hero? Like he in like the top 20 or top 10, and he mostly does rescues. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, the all black
Yeah,
niggas?
yeah.
So
Oh,
like,
you talking about the
so like,
Wasp?
I think the way I took his statement was, if you want to be like a top 3 hero, bro, like you got it. Like there's no question you have to do all 3 of these things and be really good at using all 3 of those things, doing all 3 of those things.
Man,
That mean my
shit.
nigga Best Genius out here whipping ass.
Yeah,
Who?
but he in a suitcase right now. I don't know what
Yeah,
the fuck you
Genius.
talking about.
No, he's not in a
That
suitcase. He in a
before he was
duffel
in the
He
bag.
in a
suitcase, my
duffel.
nigga, that mean he was being ass.
Nigga
Don't
got body
matter.
bag.
In a duffel bag right now. The fuck you talking about best genius for?
I ain't gonna
Because
lie.
he
Hey,
top
that was
three.
Mr.
You
Stitch
just
him
said
up.
if you top 10, you got to do all that shit. He was top 5.
I'm
What
not
you talking
scared of the motherfucker that I could beat with some scissors, man. Like I'm just not, not scared of that
with
nigga.
some scissors?
He don't give you time to use no scissors, but he stitch your shit up quick.
Listen,
Oh,
either
what?
scissors, fire, don't matter. That shit is weak sauce, man.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm real impressed with like Deco and Bakugo and Todoroki. I'm like, I like the way they thinking right now, bro. That shit's fire as hell. It just leave you wanting more chapters on top of chapters from this shit, bro. Horikoshi is doing his motherfucking
He
thing with
taking
this
his
shit.
time with this arc, and that's getting me
Oh, so y'all
excited.
hoe ass niggas gonna go live without us, huh?
That's what I'm
Listen, I told
saying.
you
Like
niggas
y'all some
8 o'clock.
hoes.
Y'all
8
niggas gave
o'clock.
me mad
This
shit
this nigga Soap
last.
gets some power and he just go
Hold
crazy
on,
with it.
bitch. Hold on, bitch.
Oh, who? Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Nah, you
whoa,
not, cause
whoa,
you getting me
whoa,
hot right now. You need to understand. You wasn't even
whoa.
here for the last stream. These niggas
Whoa.
That's a
gave me.
fact.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
The
Whoa,
main
true.
event is
whoa.
here.
They
The main
gave.
event has
No, it's not.
arrived.
No. We not doing this with
Yeah,
you, bro.
here comes the
Actually,
main. This is
actually,
No.
the main
the main
protagonist right
event
here.
been here. It
Yeah,
says
we.
two
Yeah.
Asians.
It's the two
See,
Yeah,
Asian
Super
and
motherfuckers.
this
Cool been here about
and
like
and this is
25
where
minutes.
this is where I would come out like fucking what's that one? Brock Lesnar and fucking F bomb this motherfucker right
Man,
through a table.
Oh wow.
the MC is here. How
Whatever.
is it
What you
going?
read
What
the
is
My Hero
Eat
good?
my
What
chapter?
is
ass.
good?
Oh, you the main chick? Oh, let's go. We got the
The
main chick
main
in
character,
here.
nigga, you got me
The
fucked
main
up.
chick.
Yeah,
Yo,
no, you
cause
the
you
main
just said
bitch
you
for
the
sure.
MC.
For sure.
Yeah, you the main bitch.
Yeah, for sure.
How you doing? How you
Nah,
feel
you
about the
got me
chapter,
fucked
main
Yeah,
up.
bitch?
if anybody was Sakura in this motherfucking group, it is Rufy.
Yeah, it is Rufy.
Sakura, you got me
I'm
fucked up.
dead.
It's either Sakura or Tenten. You better pick one.
Ooh!
Nah, nah, nigga, you the whole ramen, you the
Yeah,
ramen noodle shop fucking cook.
I
What you talking
I
about?
don't even think
respect that shit, Tensei.
I don't even think he gets it. I don't even hold on. I don't think he gets enough clout to be that. I think he's
Oh
Coke,
wow.
bro.
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck? Hey, that nigga said
Exactly.
I'm the ramen nigga. If I'm the ramen shop nigga, I'm over you.
Man, what you
You
doing?
can be Sakura and Tenten.
I'm my whole
Niggas
jigging out
love
here.
me. They don't love you. And you a woman? Come
Oh
on,
Wow.
man.
man.
Fuck with me.
Anyway,
Wow.
you read the
And
My
you a
Hero
woman?
chapter,
Wow.
Rufy?
Yes, I did.
What you think about it?
How you feel?
Uh, that shit was funny as how the nigga went whole Hunter with the text bubbles.
Thank
Son,
you.
son.
Thank you.
But
he been doing that since this arc started. It's getting me tight, honestly.
He really
honestly,
just making fun of Hunter x Hunter as he goes. That's basically
No,
what
honestly,
it
it's
is.
not,
I
bro.
don't mind it.
He's
I
not,
like
dude. Y'all
in
boy
short
tripping,
matches.
bro.
I
He just
don't mind
showing
it
you
actually.
how Deku mind work, bro.
Yeah.
We know how it might work.
Yeah, I ain't need a fucking 10
We
paragraph essay
we
on fucking
listen.
Deku
We
mind.
we
Dude,
like we
no,
got
no, it's
multiple
not, bro.
chapters.
Listen.
Oh, go ahead.
It's not that he's giving you a 10 page. Like, bro, the nigga Endeavor asked him something. So when the nigga responded, that's what his mind. That's how his mind works. And
We know
then
how
you
it might
heard
work.
what
The mother.
and they did it on purpose because the chick was like, I stopped hearing what he was saying after this. But Endeavor was like, okay, so you want to work on such and such, bum bum bum. Okay, got it.
Hey, but let me tell you something, Wallow. If Endeavor ain't say that, I would have had no idea what the fuck Deku was saying. None. Like, I read that shit like 3 times. Like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
That is like it's like a Hunter x Hunter play on because that shit was
For
long.
real, like I was
Like
waiting. I was just gonna
even
say, like, I'll wait till this shit is
Horikoshi,
animated and the narrator explains it, because it's not
Horikoshi
happening.
has like done Horikoshi has done Deku buttering before, and it ends up differently than that. That was some shit that yeah nigga, boom, read this right quick, Hunter x Hunter style.
That read this one.
Yeah, because when he's muttering, they don't write it out. You know what I'm saying? Like the anime just show him in the corner or huddle up, or they show a little panel, but someone actually sat there and listened to him.
So
So there you
he
go.
muttered out
Cola, you got
loud
an
like
echo, bro.
Oh my bad.
That's who got the
My main issue with that, like I think that shit cool, Wallow, but I just don't give a fuck. Like I
Can't
don't
do
care.
it. Yeah, as soon as I
Wow.
see that many words on a
Okay.
Hey,
page, like my mind just
I'm,
my eyes
I'm
fall
not gonna
asleep.
lie. I'm
hey,
not gonna lie. I
My
listen.
bad.
turn the
Some people
page and I.
brains are smaller than others. I understand
Okay,
y'all
all
boys.
right, okay.
I mean,
Hey,
it's not.
so
It's not that. It's
You ain't
not
got to
hey,
that.
take it
so
that far.
When you're reading a chapter and you go from seeing minimal words to seeing
A
two
fuck ton.
big ass text bubbles,
Yeah.
two text bubbles full of words, it's kind of like oh man, that's a lot of reading
That
right
Like
was
that.
there.
fucking great. That was great to
Nah.
me, bro, because I knew I was about to find out something interesting,
Now listen.
and
Let me
damn sure
wow.
I
was.
mean,
let me put it to you
I
like
mean,
this, Swallow.
it was
Read a
Like
still
book.
great, but it's still a lot
I
to
read
read.
manga over books because the shit got pictures, right? And if I can't figure out what's going on based on the pictures you just said, and you hit me with a whole bunch of words, I might as well just read a fucking book. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
don't like. Soon as I see a oversized text bubble, my eyes just get heavy, and I don't care no more. Like, it's just I just can't do it. He but like
That
I
nigga
hope
had
I
two.
hope this is a
Hey,
one
that's the
time thing.
cataracts talking.
I don't know what
He
it is.
had
That's
two. He
too
had
much
two back
cataracts.
to back. That man had two fat text bubbles back to back.
I
Like,
really had to I really had to take a moment. I had to breathe and then dedicate mental power to reading that whole thing, bro.
you could just skip it and let
Hey, so
Endeavor hit
is
you
the
with
echo
Man, that
is
the
the
shit was
echo
institute.
fire
gone?
as shit, bro. That shit was fire as shit.
Nah, that shit
Hey,
was
Soph,
funny.
is the
Low
echo
key.
gone? Is the echo
Listen,
gone?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gone.
it's gone. But Bakugo, bro, like I said, I'm hella impressed with what that nigga said, bro. Nah, I could be the best even with one quirk, bro. You feel me? That nigga said, man, I'm just here to see what I'm lacking. I said, oh shit.
That's funny that you say that because I had the opposite
What,
reaction. I was
what's he
just like,
lacking though?
man, like, no, you're no. Like, I don't, you, like, his quirk is, I told this to Senpai earlier, his quirk is real specific. And outside of, like, that bullet shit that he does, like, I need to see him
APR
be more
shot.
versatile.
But that's the thing about it though. Like you know how they having the whole like evolving shit going on. Whatever his shit
Yeah.
evolve into is gonna be ridiculous.
Ooh.
Not only that, bro. You feel me? You gotta really look at it in context with like, bro. You feel me? What he's saying is not a lie whatsoever. He beat this nigga Deku's ass. You feel me? And that's he beat total. He beat the two other top niggas that's in there. Someone echoing again.
It's Kohler. Damn it,
Is it
Kohler.
still me? Oh
Yeah.
my
What's
bad.
new?
He
But yeah,
beat
you
that
feel me?
Okay,
nigga.
So he beat them. He
He
beat them.
wasn't. He
So he
wasn't
know it's
using
not
another quirk. I
fighting
won't
power
lie.
that he lacking. You feel me? And one thing we do know is when it comes to creativeness with his quirk, he's probably one of the most creative, bro. Because remember when it came time to make a new move, nigga, everybody's still thinking of something. He made one already. Like,
Well, he's been thinking about that shit since he was a little jit. You know what I mean? Like that.
Nah, that's a fact. He been at this shit prep.
but that's my point. When it comes to creativeness and adaptive, like he already got all that shit.
Man,
That's why he said,
I
bro, he
need
want to see
timed
what the number one got,
explosions. I
so he
need
can see
all
what
that.
he's lacking.
I get what you're saying, but like again, like I need timed explosions. I need you smacking niggas with nitroglycerin and burning they fucking face off. That's the shit I want to see. Like I don't want. I need.
Nitro Glycerin.
Yeah, I need more than the fucking you shooting explosive bullets. Like I need more than that.
I
And then
agree with that.
Yeah.
for his cocky ass to be like I'm already the best, that man.
Why are you hating? There ain't so much hate.
Oh, and where you been at, Mister?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
always on time.
Man, we've
Yeah,
been
I've been
I said
dragging
I
I've
this
was
been
the
nigga.
best
we've been
before I knew I
judging.
was the
We've
best.
been
Oh
judging.
no, he said Mr.
Yeah.
Always on
My
time.
my thing my
The
thing is this,
fearsome
bro.
duo
Like
has
niggas
arrived.
still talking, niggas still be knocking Bakugo, but he's still fading Deku right now. Fuck that
I don't
20%.
think nobody I've ever seen has not Bakugo at all.
That's what I was saying. Bakugo really is top one. That's not a question. He is
Top
top one right
one.
now.
Top
That's no
one.
That,
question about
bro.
that.
I
So
disclosed
let
that.
me ask
That's
you this: do
that's
you think
funny.
that
That's funny.
Deku can beat him because he has 20%?
Since Deku has been
I
since
don't probably
Bakugo has
not.
been there, no
I
one
don't
in
No,
think
his
no,
Deku
class
no.
has
can
been
So
beat
able to
him.
punch.
no, so I told Greasy can again. You saying all this about
Hey,
Bakugo? Back in
all I'm
hey,
saying
Now,
is
what
y'all
y'all say
think
that's greasy about
y'all
Bakugo?
Y'all think
You
he
was just
gonna be the
downplaying
number
him?
one hero?
How did I
'Cause I know
downplay
he
him?
ain't.
I don't know who will. No one know who's a will. We just know they're
No,
gonna be
no,
a
no,
great
no. How
hero.
did I downplay him, hater? Please.
You know what I'm saying? You want this man to be smacking dudes,
How's that
nitroglycerin. You want him to
downplaying
be.
him?
You saying like you want to see him
Man,
do more
hater,
with
don't ever
creativity?
say nitroglycerin again.
I do.
You
Listen,
heard his struggle off of that motherfucker
that
too.
was listen. That was a
That shit
struggle,
was
man.
tough.
That shit
That
had
was a struggle.
15 syllables when he was done with it.
That was a
Just
struggle,
say sweat,
boy.
nigga. Just say sweat,
Yo,
man.
that
That's
boy
all.
said, man,
Hey,
fuck that word.
listen. Like I said,
He
the
called it the BB.
nitroglycerin. Listen,
Not your what?
He gave up
listen,
in between the motherfucker. Like he ain't even bothered
listen,
to say the full word.
listen, man.
I'm gonna get
Listen,
through that one if I
now
try.
that I'm composed and calm, like I said, fuck it, sweat. Anywho,
He was about to do it too.
I'm about to
He
go to
was
a side right
ready.
now.
Go through
I'll
an
touch it soon.
episode.
Try your best,
Yo,
hater.
this
Try your
nigga
best. It's
sweat.
But
okay,
no,
hater.
like you say, sweat. You want this man to be out here
Sweat.
like above beyond creative when he showed he's probably the most creative person so far in this class when it comes to his spark. Like he just like
Most creative in the class?
I would say he's most. I would say most of like top 3. Like he's shown that with everybody else in the class.
Then Momo.
I think Todoroki fold that nigga.
Of course, because her quirk is to create shit, bro. Don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she has to be the most.
So, that's what I said. That's what I said. Top 3. I said top 3.
I told
I
you,
said
y'all need
top 3.
Ochiko to,
I think
she-
the only
Shit,
person, I
Ochiko
think the
creative.
only person in this class that could beat Bakugo is Todoroki. I put money on that.
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. Totally guess again.
Unless you
But
You
have
I
talking about
the
but
raw
right? You talking
power.
about right now?
right now, yeah,
Yeah, right now.
using both sides?
both
Using both
sides.
sides?
Yeah, he
Yes.
has to use
Yeah.
both sides. He has to.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Cause,
nerf
'cause-
Todoroki
Nope,
can
nope.
compete.
yeah, no.
Y'all still wrong. He would lose to Bakugo right now too.
You were the
No,
same
we're
nigga
not
that
saying that he
said,
would win.
you the
We're
same
not
nigga that
saying
said
Nah,
Mario
man.
no
I
quirks
say
and no
Todoroki. I
Deku.
think
I ain't
Todoroki
going
beat
for that.
Bakugo right now. Todoroki win.
And what's your point? The fuck,
That's
Mirio without a quirk
wholehearted.
still. Like, bro, this is the thing. You act like his quirk amplifies his dumbers.
Like what? And
Who?
you act like him not having a quirk ain't gonna be a hindrance against a nigga
Bruh,
that
that
has a quirk
y'all
and
wildin'.
feared
There's
about his
no
quirk
way.
last time.
He's about to
That's
have
the
the
reason
same
why
Bakugo
argument.
beef just gotta
Bro,
go.
bro.
Bakugo is folding all
That's
them
why
boys.
I don't
no
understand.
quirk.
You see what I be talking about, bro? These same motherfuckers who try to tell me that a motherfucker
The same
can't.
argument.
You the same
Thank
person
you.
that
You
said
King.
Tail.
But do you see
You
what I'm
said
saying, bro?
Tail.
Motherfuckers always coming at me with dumb shit, bro. They said
You
to
come at us
me,
with that shit.
they
We
said
laughed
to
when you
me,
said that.
they said to me that a motherfucker without a superpowered quirk can't fight a superpowered person. These motherfuckers. So why the fuck did Shigaraki fight Giganto Machia for a fucking month?
And you the same nigga that told us that this nigga without no quirk beats Deku 10 times
10 times.
straight.
You did
How
say
fuck
that.
that sound?
You
Yeah.
did
He
say that.
What's your
wildin'.
point?
He wildin'.
You know, but you
What's
know,
your
yeah,
You
point?
don't understand how
That's
stupid that
wild.
sounds.
yeah,
Okay,
You
that's
don't
that's
understand how
that's
Listen,
stupid
bro.
hella
that
cap for
sounds.
you to say
Because
that.
that's not
that's
That's cat. Yeah, that's
Listen, bro.
cat.
wild.
You can
That is
say
cat.
it sounds
Nah,
stupid,
you
bro.
know,
literally
it's
said,
cap too. Cause when we asked you that
It's
one day,
not.
you
that's your
nah,
point.
come on, Wallow,
That's your
keep it a
point.
It's
buck,
not,
What do you
bro.
mean,
keep
what's
it a
your
Y'all
buck,
be
point?
bro.
listen.
But don't
Like
sound logical.
you can keep screaming and all that
Yeah,
shit, but
let's
that shit
Yeah,
don't
my
mean
bad.
nothing
I'm
to
not
let
me,
gonna
bro.
lie.
let the argument
Yeah, my
flow.
bad.
Just
Nah, I'm just
argue
saying,
that.
like when we brought it up to you the last stream, bro, that was the only time you got quiet when we was just like, you think he could
Man,
beat
look, bro. Like I
Deku
said, bro.
10 times with no quirk, bro? Like,
And he laughed.
yeah, he
He
laughed, like
might.
he knew
He
it. Come
might.
on, you
He
know you
might.
was capping.
Yeah, I probably go
Bro,
8. I probably go 8.
bro.
I go 6.
Listen, like I said, bro. Y'all
I
can
go about
say
six as well.
y'all can have y'all opinion. I got mine, bro. Like I said, bro. And mine,
He
bro.
don't
Mine,
ever
mine,
address the
mine.
point, man. He know he
Mine is the
capping.
one that's
Wow.
factual. Mine is
That's
the one
so
that's
wild.
factual because based off of what the story has
Your
shown me,
overall
based
point
off of
is
what
correct.
based off of what the story has shown me, he will dog walk this man, bro. This
No,
man only
With no
Dog
quirk?
listen.
walk.
With no
This,
quirk? You lying.
yeah,
You
You
know
no.
with
need
why?
no
the
quirk.
lances.
Let's break
Yeah,
it down. Break it
you
down.
need
No,
Let's
no,
not
we
just.
we
lances though.
not we
That's
not
why.
reiterating this whole
Nah,
argument,
Yeah,
you
bro.
reading.
yeah.
That's all I know.
This
You
is kind
reading
of
the
Yeah.
wild.
Does
lances.
That's the
anyone?
only way you'd go forward
You
if you're
not
explaining
reading.
it.
Senpai,
You. Hold
senpai,
on.
senpai, chill,
Ease
senpai.
up.
Oh yeah. My bad. I'm tripping. But yeah, you're not reading
Nigga
my
said, let
hero.
me.
I mean, does
You're not
anybody
reading
else
my
want to
hero.
talk about the chapter? We I feel like we
Y'all
covered
good?
everything.
I mean, we
I
Yeah.
did.
really
It
don't
wasn't really.
care.
It wasn't really
Alright,
much.
We
moving
don't talk
on.
about. We don't talk about.
It's not. It's
Moving
a
on.
setup chapter. It's literally the same
Hey,
You ain't
chapter as
got nothing.
last chapter.
You ain't got nothing to say about it. I thought
hey,
you would have.
hey, King, this is my thing. They act like, bro, this man didn't just drop this man with one freaking punch to the belly, bro. Not even a full powered punch.
Yeah,
Just
but I'm
a gut
saying
check.
like Deku can't take the damage the same way. Like he's not a super powered damage taker. It's not like that.
I think
And
if
Deku,
Deku
even
got
when they
somebody
fought,
to protect, he's a lot more durable than we give him credit for.
1v1
But
one
that's creating
time.
a situation for
Bakugo
him.
But that
Bakugo
those are
won
most
in
of the
that single
situations we're gonna
1v1.
see him in.
Hey, y'all
They
over talking Clover, man.
I
they
apologize.
fought they fought in a 1v1 situation one time. Bakugo won, but it was clear that Deku was not just like lagging behind, even with an uncontrollable power.
But the power's
That
still
is
pretty
true.
uncontrollable, dog.
That is true.
It is, but look at him now. But look at him now. He's got
Progress
a
is
whole
still
new
progress.
fighting. Yeah, progress is crazy.
I guess it is.
But the thing is, dog, he had a new fight. He gets a new fighting style. when we saw him, that was fresh off that fighting style that he just got. Now you seeing
That's
him
a
on a
fact.
different fighting style. Unless he like, you have nothing to say that it'll be anything different.
I don't know. When he starts using that black whip,
But
then he
that's a
about
way
to
off, nigga. That shit is like pointless now.
well, hey, nah. They go out there and
He
incorporate that
not
bitch
he
into
not
his
using it
outfit.
the way I feel like he should be using it.
That black whip shit is lame
Fam,
as
you
hell.
see how far he
How
going. He
the
can't
hell you
control
gonna
it.
say he not using it how you think he should? He can't use it.
It's my what you in the same
That
way
shit
that
come out like a
shit
little
is your
booger.
opinion, nigga. That shit is
But
my
Soap, that was
opinion.
pointless. Soap, that was
Fuck
Bro,
pointless.
that was
I don't give a
stupid. Now
fuck. It's my
that
opinion.
was
What the fuck?
utterly,
Listen,
Well, your
bro.
but
opinion's
don't use it
stupid.
as an attack.
How
Use
the
it so
fuck?
you could be more mobile. Like that just seems like the most common
How is he gonna
application
use
for
it to be
that.
That's
more
basically
mobile if
like
it
saying
don't
I don't
work?
like the way that
Once
nigga
he
walks.
can,
That nigga
because
ain't got no legs.
listen, once he can use it, because that's the whole point of this whole training
See,
shit.
this
Once he
this
can
is why I
use it,
say Soap
don't
can't
use it
read.
for no.
Let him finish.
Man,
Let him
fuck y'all
finish.
niggas, man. I can't say shit, man. Hate you
So
This
niggas.
why
stupid.
this you listen. This
Y'all
why I
trying
say
to y'all
Soap
trying to
can't read.
nitpick.
You want to know? Look, you want to know why I say he can't read?
Tell me
Because
why.
literally in the chapter, the nigga says he's just talking about overall. He needs something to lessen the strain on his body. Even
Whatever.
him using 20.
Using
Once he
it to
said,
move, bro. He
Use
can
it to
barely use it
listen,
to punch.
you use it to
no, but
move.
that's what. Listen, but this is what I'm saying though. King, you see what I'm saying? He's not even, bro. He
Did you read the
uses
giant
he
I'm
paragraph thing?
uses
talking.
he
Listen, y'all
uses
talking.
he uses all for one to move, and it
There is
puts a
going
strain
to
on
be
his
a
body.
point. There's
But
going
he's
to be a
minimizing the strain,
Soap,
is what
soap.
he
Yeah,
said.
talking at the same time is
nah,
not
because
Yeah,
y'all nitpicking
yeah.
what I'm
He
saying.
don't want to
I'm
hear the
not talking
facts, bro.
about
Okay,
because
I'll
You
sit it
just
out.
trying.
want to talk. You
No,
don't want to listen.
you're
You just
trying
want
to
to do.
act like
Can
I'm
I
making
can I say
my
this to King
opinion
right
is
quick?
based on where Deku's at right now. My opinion is based off of him being able to use that shit whenever he wants because that's where he's going to be at when this arc is done. And when this arc is
We're
done and
not
he can
there
use
yet.
that shit.
But how
So
you gonna
where's
talk
my
like?
There yet.
opinion? What the
But
fuck?
listen to the statement that you made. He's not using it how I want him to use it.
Okay, what I'm not gonna
No,
do.
he
You
said
see? You see?
I'm not
he
doing
how
this
I
You
with
see
y'all.
think.
how
He
stupid it
said
I'm
is?
he
not doing this with y'all. Like y'all obviously have brains.
You
Y'all
realize
obviously
he was
it's
So
implied
constipated.
by
you
me
also
talking.
have a brain,
No,
so we
no,
shouldn't be
and I'm
deciphering
smarter
your
than you.
statements. Why are we
And
deciphering your statement?
because y'all are stupid and don't understand how words work.
Wow. Wow.
We're stupid
Wow.
because we have to
Bruh.
decipher what you say.
Y'all are stupid. Y'all heard some shit y'all ain't like embarked on it instead of asking a question
Hey,
like a
every time you
rational
point
human
the
being.
finger, remember there's always three fingers pointing back at you.
No,
So
but
Give a
Literally.
fuck. Fuck
like
you and your
like
fingers.
I was trying to say,
Yeah.
the whole thing I'm saying is this: when he's talking about overall, bro. So movement is also included in this statement of him using the
No,
whip, but he cannot use it yet.
no.
Can't use it to do
So,
anything.
oh my
The
God, you're
focus of him
retarded.
talking about it was using it as an attack.
You're
Or am I
He
retarded.
can't.
or is
He
that
can't use
or
it.
am I just using the wrong
Did you read the
indication of what
giant
he is?
paragraph, bro?
Yes, I
Did you
read the
read it?
giant paragraph.
And then
And
how are you
and
making these
No,
the
statements?
no,
heart of
he
the statement
listen. He
now his
didn't read
decision
the
is for
giant
attack.
paragraph.
Then how are you
He
making these
he
statements?
Am I
he
wrong for
said earlier,
saying?
brother. He
Am I
gets
wrong
scared
for
when he see
saying?
all those
Am
words.
I
It went in one ear and went out
am
the
I
other.
wrong for saying that he primarily wants to use the whip as a way of attacking?
Did you read the paragraph? You
I'm
can't ask
asking
that
y'all.
question if you read that
I read the
paragraph.
paragraph. I'm asking y'all what y'all thought.
Then your reading comprehension is buns.
Okay, so he didn't want to use it as an
Absolute
attack.
fact.
Go crazy. Okay.
Bro. All right,
Answer the
so I'm gonna
question. It's
say
a
it one
simple
more
yes or
time. I'm
no
gonna say
question.
it. No, I'm gonna say it one more time. He is talking about general use overall. My God.
Okay.
You
Well,
can't use it at all
obviously,
without that shit
okay.
fucking him up.
If you cannot
Obviously,
use
he
it at
can't use it
all,
at
it
all.
doesn't
Like that's why
matter.
do I even have to mention that? That's a duh.
Because
I'm not
because
talking about
because
right
listen.
now.
That's your point.
Hey,
That's
Cola,
not my
Cola,
point. That's what you took from my
Cola,
point.
correct me
Like
if
a
I'm wrong.
jackass.
What did he say
He's
to
bad.
Endeavor? He said, "Me using one for all puts too much of a strain on my body. So I am trying to figure out how to use this so I can minimize that strain. But me trying to do this, my mind cannot keep up."
Having to come.
Okay, yeah. Again, you're centering it on right now in this chapter. I'm not talking about this chapter.
You keep saying that you're talking about at the end, but then you're talking about a current Deku who's not at
No,
the
I'm
end.
not. You're saying that.
You said
No,
he's
I
not using it
know.
how
Dog, all
how
right.
I want.
No,
He
that's
just
not.
showed
Okay, well,
us
y'all,
he's
y'all taking
retarded.
my shit out of
What was your
context.
quote? What was your
Y'all
quote?
taking my shit out of
He's learned
context.
from me. He is learned
If
from
y'all
me.
wanted to know what I had to
I
say,
feel
y'all could.
honored.
If y'all was confused, instead of being
He has
dickheads,
You
learned.
mean
ask
if
a
you
question.
misquoted?
How about you
He has
ask
Backtrack.
a
learned from me.
question
Backtrack right now.
like a
Sir,
competent human being that understands how
Backtrack right now.
English
sir,
works?
sir,
Backtrack right now.
you literally said he's not using it the way I want him
How
to.
does that even
Meaning
make sense? How does that make
You
sense in the
said it.
context
You
of
said
right
it.
now? Why
who
would you
said it?
assume that
What
I'm
you
talking
said?
about right now? Like that makes no sense. You could have
The
asked the
No,
question.
conversation
Are
was
you
started
you
based on
tell
you
what
could
you
have you
said.
could have asked the question. Are you talking about right now? And then I would have been like, nah. I'm saying once
Let's
he
move
actually
on. Sup
mastered
is an
this.
idiot.
You're an
Let's
so.
idiot.
move
Well,
on.
man, I fucking hate you niggas, man. I
Let's
really
move
Are
do.
you
on,
like
dog.
12, dog?
Like y'all really try me for no reason, bro. Like ask a question
We
if
are
you don't
only using
understand.
your words
Nah,
that you
y'all
said.
using some bullshit. That's what y'all using.
We've literally
Exactly
said
what
the
you said is
exact
bullshit.
same thing as
What
you
you
said.
doing right now is some bullshit. Y'all bored,
I'm
huh?
trying to move the conversation
Okay,
on it.
nah,
You're
nah. I
upset.
have time for you niggas today. Let's move on. What do y'all
But
want to
this is
talk about
history.
now? No problem. No problem. I get it. What's
You're
next? Y'all
Oh
want to
actually.
yeah,
talk?
he's
Y'all want to
we
talk
got
about?
it.
Y'all want to
We
talk
got an
about One
apartment
Piece
in
or
his head,
Trash Clover?
boys. We got him.
What do y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk
Oh
about
yeah.
Trash Clover? Or you want to talk about
Hey,
One Piece?
We're
hey,
already in your
hey,
head, dog. We don't even need to
hey,
say anything
we
else.
already we're getting set up in your head at this moment, dog.
Sorry.
This is a nice place you got here, nigga.
I'm ready to go to One Piece.
Y'all want to talk about Trash Clover or One Piece? Choose.
One Piece. The fuck?
Well, let's talk about
Wait,
Nah,
one.
wait. Why you
nah.
gotta come at like Black Clover like that?
Cause
Yeah,
Trash
so
Clover.
great.
You was saying you was about to say it right. Yeah. You was about to
That
say
nigga
it like
needs
a
somewhere
minute
to
ago.
direct his
Call it
aggression.
too.
Yeah.
Do y'all
Hey,
want to talk
hater,
about
hater,
Trash Clover or
hold on.
One Piece?
Hater's
Choose.
not the only person.
Let's talk about Black
One
Clover,
Piece.
man.
Trash Clover. Go ahead.
We
I
already
don't know.
talked about One Piece.
I don't know. We didn't talk about One
What
Piece.
is there to talk
Not
about?
in the
We can do
stream.
Black
Yeah,
Clover.
the
Y'all can
stream.
do Black
Not in
Clover
the
first.
Stream
stream.
just started,
Do
B.
Black
Whoever
Clover.
whoever
Sure.
read Trash
My
Clover
bad.
could start the could lead the
Nigga,
room.
we
Go ahead.
all we Black Clover.
I don't because it's trash.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
This
You're
little pea brain
lying. It ain't
bitch.
no we
You
all.
trash.
Like what? Like oh my god, they
Let's
hurl magic
hey,
at each other.
hold
So
on.
cool.
Let's see if we all talk about Black Clover trash.
Exactly. Let's go.
All right,
Oh,
let's
that's
do this.
it? Are we done here? All right.
Nah.
Who's leading the
Moving
conversation on
on.
Trash Clover?
All
All
right,
right, let's go.
hey, let's get it started. Okay, literally the minute they appear, he gets tossed at the queen. What is this?
Literally
Like,
just thrown
it
at that
made
bitch.
no sense whatsoever. I was just like, what is going on? They were just like,
The,
nah, we're gonna
the,
swap it our off top.
Cause that bitch knew that nigga was coming. They all with the demon shit. Then she's
I
like, I'm
mean,
trying to check
honestly,
this nigga demon.
they're always in her mana zone. So it's like
That
That's what's
like
shit.
crazy.
low key, like no one
Ability is
is talking
crazy.
about that. Like that mana zone shit. Like she got a whole country worth of mana zone. That's ridiculous.
Her ability is unreal. It's broken.
I think we can all agree that she got the water spirit.
Yeah,
Probably
probably.
it would make
Yeah,
perfect
probably.
sense. It would make perfect sense. I mean,
Now is Noelle walking away this arc with this water spirit?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
yeah,
The
that'd be
spirits don't work like that anyway. The
yeah,
girl
I
would
that'd
have
mean
to
be
they
get
they
bodied.
choose they choose, but like I mean
He said, "I'll be."
She ain't choosing that.
Hey, that ain't how it works. Just imagine they tell us, "Oh, she's had this power for like 100 years or something," and
Well,
then we're
no,
gonna be like,
the
"Nah."
way it said it was it basically stays with like the every new like queen or king that comes through the country, like each generations.
That's true. It makes
Because they're
sense.
powerful as fuck.
It would still be kind of crazy because just out of nowhere, hey, I'm leaving the country. Hey, take my water spirit while you're at it.
Who knows? Noel might beat this bitch ass. Like we don't know what's gonna happen.
That I'd throw the whole manga away. I swear to God.
Like Noel, like y'all
God
ain't gonna sleep
damn.
on Noel like that. She got more
That
manners than
nigga got
Julius.
crazy with that.
Hey, that ain't
Nigga,
even
what?
what we're saying though.
But if that happens, how does she go back? How is she not God? Fucking.
How is she not just
Well,
taking
because
over an entire country, dog? Come
the
on
way
now.
the spirits were
I
explained
mean,
is the spirit itself grows with its
the
user. So
Wizard
like
King still
when they
live.
first like get with each other, she probably won't be like efficient at it. Kind of like how what's his
But to be
name?
honest, that's
But
kind
how
of
does
like
she
how
get to
she's
beat her if
been.
she can't? If she can't
You
beat this
can't beat
super queen,
somebody who has control and a broken power. Like
can't
you
Mm,
get
already have the same power. She
can't
gonna
beat her.
take over your.
mm.
This is the bitch
Miraculous
that
shit.
could. They say she could fight every single fucking magic knight, bro.
Yeah,
Well,
but they go,
the Viz
whoa,
had like
shit.
one brigade, so like just like one team. You know what I mean?
But that's still
Mm.
crazy. That means she
That's
would
still
fight.
most of
She could
them.
fight
Most of them
us
are still
That's
a
what I'm
whole
saying.
squad.
The
Yeah,
whole
she
squad?
like
God damn.
that's ridiculous. I mean,
So she can
That's
fight all the
if
black
you
ridiculous. That's
think about
members?
it
crazy.
though, like Julie is taking out a whole squad,
Yeah, Julius has
easy
the same
peasy.
ability. Yeah,
Yeah,
We
Julius is
talking about
on that.
adult? Talking about adult Julius?
yeah.
Of
Little kid
course.
Julius ain't doing that.
Yeah, okay. I'm about to say. Who the fuck is that little kid Julius?
But
He
yeah,
don't got a
Hey,
new name? He got a new name.
yeah.
nah, that's Julius. What you
It's
saying?
just still this that. But
My man has time magic. Come on now,
Mm.
Most broken magic in the series.
straight facts.
Chapter sound like a dud.
It was a pretty good chapter. I
It
mean,
ain't the
they
most
held.
broken magic in the series.
I mean,
Someone got to
I
hit
mean,
the.
if I had a choice of any magic in the series, I'm taking that nigga Julius.
Well, you say that. Don't say that bullshit you just said.
oh
I mean,
wow.
what's more broken than that shit? I would say more powerful.
Someone got to hit
Nigga,
the.
Let's not
word
limit.
magic. When I can speak and it happens.
No, because there's limitations to that shit.
The fuck out of here, bro. There's limitations to that time shit too.
What do
Yeah,
you
and the
mean? The
limitations
nigga
to
is
that word shit
literal.
is a lot lamer than that time shit. Fuck you mean?
Bro, nah, you just sound retarded. Like,
No,
man,
no.
look, bro. Them devils, nigga.
Sometimes like people with like small brains can't understand like logic.
Bro, your brain is about the size of
why
a walnut, nigga, and
why
you
I
trying to
went
talk about
straight to
brain?
Man, nigga,
Vinny went to
your brain a
trash
whole
talking.
fucking
the
peanut.
argument
What you
didn't even
talking
get to
about?
start.
Bro, your brain
Yeah,
is a
man.
mustard seed. Hell wrong with you.
uh,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
your shit a
and
apple seed. Fuck you talking about?
oh
Hey, go
wow.
go look up what a mustard seed is. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
smaller.
he done clapped his shit. It's over.
But
I
that was a
ain't no
productive
muscle still
conversation.
had seeds.
Yeah, I
Let
can
us
move on to
yeah,
y'all.
and time to move on to
Yeah,
what's
ain't
that?
nobody
What's that?
like no bun clover, man.
Time to move on to
Oh,
the arrival of big news. Let's get it.
yes, sir.
Let's
Uh,
We
get
ain't lying now.
it.
We
Let's
talking
get
about
right,
the
it.
greatest.
right,
We talking about
right,
the greatest arc in One Piece. Let's
That's
get it.
right.
right,
That's
right.
right.
We
Let's
got it.
go.
Yeah.
Hey, big news. Lead us off. Perfect timing. Lead
Toot
us
that
off.
ass up, clown.
Oh,
Let's
Hey, damn.
go. This
Toot
chapter
that
was
ass
mid
up,
though. This shit
clown.
was fucking terrible.
Y'all thought y'all had a friend.
Yo, you tired of them niggas crying?
Tired of them crying
y'all
by the
thought,
river, man. I'm
bro,
gonna
that's
say the
great.
shit.
They thought they had a friend. Oh my
Hey,
god.
my
Fuck,
nigga
man.
said, hey, my wife out there, man.
Yeah, his wife putting in more work than him right now. What the fuck?
Yeah, that boy was pushing it.
Low key,
You ain't
I
let the
thought, I thought Keenan Mall's wife was about to get her like her shit smacked. Like I
No,
really thought
no.
she
Yeah, I
was about to
did too.
smack the shit out that bitch.
Even
Like,
if she did get smacked, he ain't about to do nothing about it
yeah,
with his
that's a
lame
fact.
ass.
That's a fact. He ain't doing shit.
Keenan Allen versus
It-
Hold'em.
It's a solid ass chapter though. It's a
I
solid ass
really
they
chapter.
gonna
enjoyed
I
fight
this
like it.
Luffy.
chapter. Yeah.
A solid 4.
Man, y'all boys, I hate when y'all be up here lying, bro.
I'm
Like,
dead
That's what I'm
ass.
saying.
I'm dead
Yeah, that
ass.
chapter was
Like
kind of terrible.
Nah, I
I'm
really
dead
like
ass
this
serious.
chapter.
hey, cool,
What
bro.
y'all be?
Stop, bro.
What
Look,
y'all
bro.
like
I
about
know you gotta
He
put
said
on.
I'm lying.
Listen, bro. Y'all boys dead ass lying
I'm
right now,
really
that
bro.
boy
no.
And that's
super
I'm
cool?
stupid.
Like I
telling you
saw
right
Luffy. It's all
now.
I get. It's all I need.
Hey, it's all that matters. I got Luffy. What'd you say?
I mean, that's facts. That's the
Nah,
goat right
I'm dead
there.
ass. Like I really enjoyed this chapter. Honestly, like
Yeah.
Oh,
this is the
no.
first time that I'm genuinely excited for a flashback in a very long time.
Oh
Flashback
my
with a pedal.
You
Like
talking
Bro,
about Otis
It
flashback?
was
my
fucking.
god.
It was a
like
single
y'all can't
panel.
tell me
Oh
Oden don't look like
my
that nigga.
bro.
god.
It was a
This same
single
nigga was
panel,
hyped
dog. What
when we
you
got the
saying?
Hey,
flashbacks in Whole Cake Island. Like, shut the
Literally
fuck
Yeah.
the
up, man.
I
same
was
one.
not hype over.
Yes, you
No, I
was.
wasn't.
Oh
Silhouette
my
of the year
god, bro.
goes to Odin.
This is silhouette of the year.
Yes,
Oh
sir. Yes,
no,
sir.
yo. Now that you just said that, bro, fuck Oda, cause I just realized that we still doing bro. Oh my
like Oden,
god.
like I hope like Oden has to. If Oden looks ridiculous, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Hey, no. Hey, no. Hey,
Not
listen,
gonna
bro.
bro,
lie,
that
Hey,
nigga
he
gotta
Wallow.
did
look
look like a whole
clean.
Hey,
savage.
no, wait,
He
Wallow,
did look
Wallow.
like a
Hey,
savage.
Anybody read
Damn.
Keegan Ashura?
No.
No.
hey,
The
so
fuck?
Omega? It's about Omega or just
No,
Hashira?
no. I'm
Period?
talking about Keegan Ashura. Anybody read that or watched the shit
Of
on
course I
Netflix?
have. You talk about,
Hey,
you know,
the little sweet motherfucker Sawada. I don't know how you say the bitch
yeah,
name.
Sawada, yeah, he
Little
fired.
sweet.
That's how his hair. That's how his hair looks.
Well, I ain't read the chapter song. I ain't see all that, but that's funny. That's
I
just
know.
kind of funny
All
now.
I know is that man Oden is swole as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
that's
That's
that
the
it.
That
nigga
is
thing.
look
a
cool.
fact.
That nigga
Like
got
for
the
me,
that nigga got
That
the
nigga
legs like
came
an
through
NBA
stomping
player.
on them hoes.
That's funny.
Go ahead. Go
let me
ahead,
say
cool.
that
We hear
real
you.
quick though.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna explain like why for
Of course, go
like
ahead, defend it. Go ahead,
it ain't
defend
no
it. And why
Okay,
is
here
but
goes the
listen,
lie.
here comes the
okay.
Damn,
thesis.
y'all.
Here comes the
Y'all
Captain
can't
thesis.
let him
Save
go
a
in.
Can y'all
Captain
let
Damn,
Captain
can
Here
y'all
Save
comes
a
the
let him
Trap.
thesis.
Can
speak,
y'all let
man?
that nigga go?
For
Fuck.
real.
I could have swore I was
Nah,
talking. I could have swore I was
And I
talking.
could have swore I don't feel like hearing a thesis
They
about
don't.
why
Was I
They
mid
don't
not
sound.
chapter
talking?
is
Like
Y'all
uncool.
don't sound like super cool. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm finna hear a thesis
Here
of
Come
mid
on,
goes the
chapter.
y'all.
lie.
like y'all really don't.
Who let y'all go? Come on now. Y'all gonna really be gay.
I ain't said a word yet.
All
I'm just
right,
talking, talking
this
now.
is all I'm gonna say. Like I just feel like in my opinion it carried like it moved the story on. We saw what the fuck happened beforehand. If you went into this chapter thinking that you were finna get an answer about what the fuck the straw hat said, I understand why you disappointed. If you went in there thinking that you were finna get some like earth shattering shit, like I understand why you like, you know what I'm saying, disappointed. But I went in here thinking we were finna get like some. It ain't disappointing to me. Like I don't have it.
so what you're saying is
You
you're
never
not
have an issue with
disappointed.
anything.
But hold
I
on,
do
hater,
I do
hater.
have issues all the
That's
time.
not that's not what he's saying. He's saying he wasn't disappointed. He knew it was gonna be trash. That's what he just said.
I
That's
ain't said I
literally
knew it.
not what he
Pretty,
just said.
pretty
That's
much. I
literally
That's
not
mean,
what I said.
exactly what he
Damn.
Like
just
Colin, like you really doing
You
too
That's
much.
really
literally
trying to
not what I
start
said.
man
Like
for
you
real.
hey,
like
that's
Bruh,
what he said.
Colin been
Yeah.
acting like Janoi the last couple days.
That's
hold
what
on,
he
no,
said.
no,
Ugly
Listen,
Understands
he said
ass.
that
English
the
language.
chapter was
See,
great. It's a great
Ugly ass.
Soph
chapter.
is thinking
It was
so
good.
allow me to speak on why.
You been learning from
Super cool.
haters.
When did
Just
I say the chapter was great? When did I say the
super
chapter was great?
cool.
When did
Exactly.
hold
That
on, we ain't moving on. When did I say the
super cool. Super cool. That's
Hey,
not what I said. Super
hold
cool.
not
That's not what I
talking?
said.
I'm
He say
talking to
haters. Your
hater. I'm
name
talking
ain't
to
haters
hater right
Kramer.
now.
So
You
move to
right,
the
you right.
back.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
your dumb
Yeah.
ass
Shut
up,
up.
senpai. What you
When
trying
Boy,
to
did
shut your
say?
I
dumb
say
ass up.
Yeah,
the
with your
chapter
bitch
was great?
ass. Yeah, let super cool
Yeah.
speak, ho.
Or you look like Lou Williams braids, bitch.
When did I say the chapter was great? Hater?
hey, you gave me a thesis on why the silhouette was
When
good.
did
Why
I
the
say the
story
chapter? Answer the question. When did I
you
say the
said a
chapter
moment ago. You said a moment ago, fam. You said it a
was
moment ago.
okay?
You said it was great.
Never said it was great.
You really
Never
gonna
said it
lie
was
on
great.
stream, huh?
I
You really
will.
gonna lie on stream too.
I
I
will.
will.
I know you will. That's why I had to make sure niggas
That
out here
that
know.
nigga just said you gave me a thesis.
He did. Listen,
He
Wallow.
talked for a whole minute and a half. How the fuck is that a thesis?
Because from what I heard, chapter is
I don't
mid,
know.
but he gave a whole thesis about why everything is
Nigga
good
didn't
with the
even read the
chapter.
fucking chapter.
This chapter is
So
Showed as much.
trash. If this
So
was
this
if this
Showed
was
as
whole
much.
cake, this chapter would have been fire. This should have been flames. But this is
Oh,
Wano.
okay. Now I know you trolling,
I'm expecting
Nah,
more. I'm dead
bro,
ass.
cause you
this
the
chapter was
hey,
lacking, bro.
I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
it was just a
like
setup.
this chapter,
I
not like
like the
last week.
moment
Same thing
with
with my hero setup.
hold on. I like the moment with the
and
scene
it
with
was
It's
the
mid, and,
hold
and it
on,
was
hold on, hold
mid.
on, real,
I
real
said it was
quick. Just
mid.
let me
And
say
nothing to
Yeah,
talk
we
this.
about.
know.
Y'all
So
hear
it's
me?
One
Hold on.
Piece.
Let me say this. Let me
Ain't no
say
one
this.
saying that shit great.
Let me say
Yeah, I
this.
said it's great.
So
Yeah, I
It's
just
One
I
heard
Piece.
like the
you
Who's
say
moment.
shit.
y'all?
Can I
Nah,
speak?
who y'all? Nah, cause this nigga out here trying to tread lies. I'm not about to have no nigga
Hey,
lie.
hey, Soap.
Who's y'all?
You know you're
Who's
supposed to put
y'all,
One Piece
clown?
in front of that,
Nah,
right?
nah, nah. Hey, big news,
I'm
watch
gonna
out. Let me
change
talk to
I'm
the
gonna change
clown
the
right
title
quick.
after.
Hey,
This man
clown, who's
trolling.
y'all?
Clown.
Who's y'all? Who's y'all, clown?
Simple. Everybody that loves what Oda gives y'all.
Yo, you can't
Anybody
say
that loves
names.
it.
I ain't big.
Okay,
When has
be
anybody on
cool,
this screen
soap.
said it was a great chapter?
I ain't saying it was great. You can go back and click
I
that.
said
I
it
put
was
my
Hey,
name
man.
on that.
Honestly, I
What's up?
think last
What's
week
up?
chapter was better.
really.
Duh.
Last week,
Say
last week.
that nigga.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
say
like
that
the
man.
I disagree
like
wholeheartedly
my
on this.
favorite moment of this chapter is like the nine scabbards talking about, listen, Momo, like we're out, we're probably gonna die. You better find some niggas that rock with you the same way we rocked with your daddy. Like that, like just the impact of that moment, bro. Like with some real nigga shit. We don't get a lot of real nigga moments in One Piece. I like
That
that.
shit was ass, Soap. Let it go.
Yeah, what?
Y'all
The
don't
best
like
part
that?
about
What happened in last? Hold on. Can I ask a question real quick? Because
Go ahead.
I'm kind of like intrigued. What happened last that was so much better than this week chapter? Goddamn, Odin, like Roger fucking arguing with Crocus. That made it way
No,
better.
no, I'm gonna tell you why.
yeah, seeing Goldie Rogers way better than anything that happened in the
Listen,
show. What are
nah,
you
cause
talking about?
you know why
Man,
last week
still
chapter
a
was way
nigga.
fire to me?
Why?
Because there was nothing that could let me down last week. There was no chapter. That's why it was motherfucking better.
That's what you get for having
He said the
expectations
last
and reading One
chapter, not
Piece.
last
Like I
week.
learned with One Piece to never have no expectations. I
Oh,
never
you,
have no
oh,
expectations.
Hey,
And
I'm sorry
I don't know about that.
that my guy Horikoshi's making me
hey,
want to
listen,
read.
Horikoshi got you
Oh,
spoiled, and I get it. He got me spoiled too.
oh, your
But
guy Horikoshi.
when it come to One Piece, I can never be disappointed if I don't expect shit. Is all I'm saying.
as
That's
Your
long
man
terrible.
Horikoshi taking
That's
tips from
That's
just
Oda.
lowering your
terrible.
expectations terribly.
Lowered
That's kind of a terrible take, but like,
expectations. Yes, nigga,
You
absolutely.
sound
But
terrible.
I'm the
Why
hater
would you
though.
just say that?
I'm the
Why
negative
would you
one.
just
yeah,
say
I can't co-sign that shit on your side
Listen
on this
again.
argument.
No,
Hold
co-sign
on.
it.
Let me
No,
explain. Let me
co-sign.
explain my
No,
I'm
logic
with
to
him.
co-sign it.
you. I
I'm not with
had
him.
the utmost expectation for Reverie, and I got shat on. Otis shat on my chest.
That's
So
your
No, he
fault.
didn't.
yes, he
He
did.
no, he
That's,
didn't. He
Yes, he did.
hey,
just
hold
didn't give
on.
it to you in
Hold
that.
on. Can I say
Hold on,
something?
let me. Okay,
Hey,
before.
you remember what you just said about you can't be having expectations? Well, hey, you
After
shouldn't
that
have had
moment,
expectations.
I agree. I should have
Nah,
never had
hey,
no
hey,
expectations
hey,
when I read
you listen. I'm gonna let you know where you fucked up. After that, there ain't supposed to be no after that moment. You
You
supposed to
right.
just
You
know.
right. But
Think about it.
I had faith.
That's like coming to America and expecting niggas to give you
How
handouts.
the hell
Fuck
you
out of
gonna
here.
try to tell someone to not
Fuck
have
out of here.
expectations when you had them? The fuck?
Because I had to learn the lesson the hard way. I had expectations. That shit was not
what?
fun.
What?
Can I speak now?
Yes, you
My
can.
whole main argument is that like even in that shit you still wrong because like we
Oh,
still
now you
getting
can't
like
tell me I'm wrong.
like
Fuck you if I'm wrong.
they went into the arc telling you this gonna be a mini arc. They went into that before we even got there. They were like, here,
I
and you
thought.
were dumb. Let me finish. Let
Go
me
ahead.
finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They before we went into the arc, that nigga Oda was like, it's gonna be a mini arc. We are not going to be here long. And then when we get into Wano, you see the ramifications of that shit. Like you just stupid.
No,
Oh
Oh
no.
listen,
wow.
bro. When
Oh
he said,
Dog, I
wow.
told you his
when he
mind ain't big
hold
enough.
up. When he
He
said it was
insulted his
gonna be, when
intelligence.
he said it was gonna be a short arc, I'm thinking like, okay, so at least like 15 chapters. You know what I mean? Like
Oh wow.
longer,
You
He said a
expected.
mini arc.
like
You
He said a
expected
mini
too
arc.
much.
I thought longer than 10, but no more than 20. Like that's
See,
a mini
hold on,
ass
hold
Yeah,
arc.
on,
you
hold
just
on,
stupid.
hold on.
You
And
just stupid.
so for
You
me to
expected
be
too much.
for me to be in ice, me expecting 15 chapters is too much.
For a
Yes,
mini
I'm a,
yes,
arc,
it is.
for a mini
hey,
arc,
hey, hey,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that right
This
now.
this is why I'm gonna tell him
Why do
he's
you think?
retarded.
Why do you think? Why do you think it has to be 10 to 15 chapters? Why?
No, hey, hold up, beef, hold up. I got him right here. I got him right here.
Nah, you sound like a My Hero
Literally,
fan.
literally, hold up, beef. When Oda does them cover page arcs, it'd be like what 5, 6 chapters, and it says literally mini arc.
Does it
Yep.
really?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, I ain't know that.
You don't
You
read.
Yeah,
trash, bro.
We know. We
Of
know you don't
course you
read. You
didn't know
said
that.
Listen,
that.
I'm
like I'm gonna
Hey,
give
when
you
it
so
come
I'm
when
gonna
it comes to the
give
cover
you
story, I
another.
look at the photo, I read the little blurb, and I keep it
yep.
pushing. Ain't nothing
If you
else.
read the
Keep
little
pushing.
burb, then you would have known, bro. That's only
I'm
Hey,
making
gonna
it
give
look
you a
worse.
prime example.
Nah.
Hold
go
on,
ahead,
I'm gonna
Cool.
give you a prime example of this shit right now, cuz. Like, how long do you
Where we
think
at
that
that thing,
flashback
man?
going?
Come on.
Like probably like I want to say 3 chapters. I don't
Two
remember now.
chapters. Two.
How much like it shouldn't be longer than the reverie. It should probably be around like whatever the reverie was, at least like 4, 5 chapters.
It's gonna
That
be.
how
We
much
got
content.
like six. We got like
Some
six
people, hold
chapters
on,
until the end of the year, so it's probably gonna be six
yeah,
chapters.
but
Mm.
it's people out here. There's One Piece fans out here because I was in Virgo stream earlier today. It's niggas that say they want like a 10 chapter. Oh,
That's OD.
No, two
Yeah,
chapters.
that's OD. Like 10 chapters? Nah.
All
But
I
it's
want is
older.
Nah,
two.
It's older
nah,
though. It's greatness. It'll work
nah,
out.
big news.
It'll work out.
We
Here
gonna
we
see
go
some
with the filler
samurais. You
bullshit.
tripping?
Nope, I don't want
The
that. I
only
want
way that happens is if they show
What you
the
want?
39 years ago, then they show what
Man,
happens when
y'all
Idol
sound
pulled
negative.
they're
up.
never gonna show us that.
Y'all
Oda
sound
Yeah,
is
negative
not
right
that
now.
special. He is not that
Yes, he
special.
is. This is One
No, he's
Piece.
not.
Tell you,
I don't
this
give a
is.
Otis is
damn.
Y'all
really
go
special.
good.
Oda,
He
Otis is
can.
He's
really,
good.
Oda's
He's
special.
making
special.
Oden
Oh,
seem
oh,
like the #1 pick of all of One Piece. Like,
fuck
That's a
no.
fact.
He
That's
ain't
a
no
fact.
Rayleigh.
I'm telling
He
you,
ain't no Goldie
the
Roger.
way Oda's writing Oden is like that Roger would
The
have been like,
number
Rayleigh
one
could go. I'll
pick.
take Oden every day,
Hell nah.
every day
What
of
the
the
Nah,
week.
hell?
nah, 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 nah,
Really
nah.
didn't
Yeah,
give
we
us
not
much
gonna.
flashback, but
Listen, they had a
Shit.
whole baby back fight over Odin, bro. Like that's how much niggas
I
wanted
mean,
him.
that is OD.
Facts.
That's the
His
number
weak
one pick.
ass. Got
Yeah,
bodied
Odin.
by
He
Kaido.
said
His
weak
weak
ass.
ass. I'm tired of him.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Nah,
So
listen, I bet you the problem wasn't Kaido. I bet you the problem was Orochi, and Orochi did some snake shit. Bet you that nigga wasn't sweating Kaido for shit.
That's what
I
happens when you
mean,
let snakes around
we
you.
about to find out. We about to find out though. Cause you
Yeah.
seen like
Hopefully.
when you seen his silhouette, you saw him walking, and then you seen him talking like and you saw some blood dripping. So
How y'all
he
felt
giving you
about
the
like the whole Orochi's plan and shit?
Orochi's smart as shit.
Now listen,
Orochi's a bitch.
that's
How
Orochi
you
is a
grown.
Yes,
gonna?
bitch.
he is.
How's this
No, no,
nigga
no, no, no,
smart
no,
when
no, no.
someone
Hold
told
on, hold
him
on, hold on.
what
Let
the
me
fuck
let
was
me say
going
this.
on?
Let
Smart
me say
enough to
this.
put that shit
Big
into
news.
action.
Big news. I want you to understand
Smart
something.
enough to
I want
draw on a piece of paper like a
Senpai
4-year-old.
Ruki, hold on.
And put
So
that
so
shit to
big
work.
news. Big news. It's
What's up?
not that easy. It's not that it's not smart. It's a
So it is
very
smart.
smart. It is a military strategy, and it's
That's right.
understandable. But it's a bitch move because he has the
A bitch
overwhelming
move.
advantage. It's a
Yeah,
total
they
Duh.
bitch
don't.
move.
We
first of
don't.
all, like,
Hey,
Hey,
like,
listen.
like,
Cola.
wait, wait, wait,
Hold on.
hold on.
Is
Hold
this
on.
a
Can I
pirate world
respond
or
to
not?
Cola? Cola was talking to me. Can I respond?
Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah,
let Cola say
clown.
something.
When you have an overwhelming force, Cola, you play football. They say
Yeah,
smash a fly with a sludge hammer. If you know
that's a
shit's about to
fact,
go down, you destroy all that shit. You squash it. That's the
clown.
best thing he could have did.
Big news. You can't tell me the moment you saw that he exploded all of the connecting bridges. That like as a reader, that must scream. He's gonna
He's
regret that
scared.
fucking
He's
decision. Like,
Am
scared.
I
My
am I
first
looking
thought
as a
was
reader
he's
or am I
scared.
looking as a Orochi? You
No,
gotta
no,
make
no,
up your
no.
as a
Hold
mind.
on.
reader,
No, no, no.
Fuck no.
As a
I'm
reader, my first reaction was he is scared, and I don't know why. He has the advantage. What are you afraid of?
I
I
bet you
kind of
him
disagree
exploding.
with
yeah,
that.
Hey,
thank
I
you.
disagree.
Hold on, hold on. I
Disagree
What
bet
the
with
I
that.
fuck?
As
bet
As
you
a
He's
reader,
scared.
when I read that, I was like, this nigga being a good villain.
as a reader,
really.
cool, you said it earlier today. As a reader, you know this shit
Hold
this
on.
nigga doing this shit for nothing.
Hold
All
on,
this
wait.
shit
Can
not gonna
something
work.
real quick? I'm being serious now. Can something real quick? Cola, you know how everybody sits on Big Mom and Kaido and everybody else being competent and not doing their
Yeah.
jobs right? This is the one time where I heard, I ain't read, but I heard that the dude actually did his job and was competent. So why are you mad that he's been
Because
competent at his job?
listen, because as
Like, I
soon
don't
as
get
you
that. How can
see
you be
that he
mad?
destroyed all of those connecting bridges, it's common sense, at least in my opinion, to believe that there's gonna be a moment in this story where he's gonna really need them fucking bridges, and he's not gonna have them because he destroyed them to
But
get
you,
one over
but
on the
you
straw
get mad at
man.
everybody else for not being competent and like
I
doing
think
their
that's the
job
most
thoroughly.
incompetent. I think that's the most incompetent shit he did.
So
He
pretty
was in
much you just
mythical zone. What do you need a
you
bridge
mad.
for? He got a boat.
So you pretty much you mad so that he's not incompetent. So you want him to be incompetent and lay the bridges for someone else to
No, I
use it
think I
to.
think the competent shit to do would have just been destroy their shit
This
and leave the bridges intact.
Wow.
So this man barely walks. He got people that carry him. What he need a bridge for?
How he gonna get How he gonna get from one side to the other?
They gotta
Because
figure that out. He got a boat.
he got a man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just
They
seems
got
like
him.
the most
They got him.
obvious. Also,
Got him.
I wanna say this too. Like, anytime I see that the sun is destroyed, I automatically don't believe it. Just don't believe
It's
it.
never actually destroyed. No.
If it was whole cake, I'd be like, hey, that shit is destroyed. But this one. So they gotta destroy that.
Oh my
This is
god.
destroyed.
This is one of them, so
Use
it
that
gotta
shit
be
for
this.
everything.
Oh wow.
Nah, I don't think it's destroyed. But if it was, I'd be like, hey,
I
Frankie
Bro,
mean,
got
how we leaving, bro? This nigga crazy.
I'm just saying, like, Oda can't do that fake out twice. We just saw it in Hokage
Oh, I
Island.
mean,
Like,
he can. He very
he
much
can,
can.
he,
he
he,
He
he
very
can
can,
much
but
definitely
will.
it's
double
trash.
pump.
It's trash. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He very much
like
will.
all of the all of like the confusion about whether he destroyed. Like, I don't think he blew up the right ships.
To me, it ain't trash.
Did he cut
Did
out?
he
Did he
lag
cut out?
out?
Hello. Hello.
He cut out hard.
So it ain't trash? That's all you got to say?
Earth to Alabama. Hello.
Cut out hard.
Yeah, he cut out.
What?
That
What?
Wi-Fi must be a motherfucker.
Probably battery, probably that. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
I mean,
Move
is
on.
there any points that like jumped out to y'all in this conversation?
That Zoro
Sanji
is the
Zoro beef
vice
is always a
captain.
plus.
Zoro is the
Hey,
vice captain of the
Sanji.
crew. And let Jinbei know where
Sanji
he
wants
stands.
all the smoke. Every
Yo,
single
big
of it.
news. That Zoro moment fucking had me crying.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I'm on your lawn, little bitch ass
This
nigga.
nigga cut the whole cliff off like 40 and death, bitch. The fuck are you talking about?
Like Sanji can't fucking fly.
Nah, he lucky Sanji can fly. Like, Sanji would have been dead. Like, just straight dead. And, like, that's a
Sanji,
casual Enma attack, too. Like,
That's a tree.
That's the shit
That's
that killed me.
that shit did not phase Sanji in the slightest. That shit's so
Nah,
funny.
Sanji was a little shit.
Sanji got tight. Yeah, he got mad. What are you talking about?
What?
You know what I'm saying? You're not about to cut
How
the
y'all
ground
flipping
I'm
this to this
standing
angle?
on like a bitch.
Yeah. He went from, oh, you need a suit. Even though Sanji has a suit. That's probably why he asked him for it.
Nah, but
Y'all are flip. Y'all
Sanji
sound
did.
like Genoa. Y'all disappoint me.
Sanji does
How?
have a suit.
Whoa.
What's your point? What the hell?
How
Oh
does he
yeah.
sound like Genoa?
Wear it like the armor Luffy wearing, dog. Good.
Wow.
Sanji don't got that. He got his own suit. Clown?
Who got his own suit?
Y'all with this? Y'all with this before we start? So,
I ain't Chevy. You can talk that shit, boy.
yeah, so you with
Yeah, yeah. Tell him that.
Listen,
Hey, we gotta call, now you gotta call him a clown.
Y'all not gonna just make fun of me and piss me
You
off.
gotta call him a
that
clown.
boy Soap went on the full defensive, knowing he was completely wrong.
I was not.
Completely.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. It's
Anyway,
cause he's Jamaican, man. You know Jamaicans always
yeah,
gotta
I
go
know
Haitian.
Jamaicans get.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Oh
saying.
no.
He's
Yeah.
threatened by the Haitian excellence. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
That's a fact, man.
That doesn't
What?
exist.
What you
Haitian
say?
excellence doesn't exist.
What? Nah, what say so?
No,
I'm here, nigga.
no.
What you say?
It's not.
Oh yeah.
Why would he want
Yeah, you ain't saw that happen.
Alright, alright, alright,
We
so.
got our independence before
You ain't
y'all.
saw.
The
You
fuck?
ain't think I
Yeah,
had my
go back
nigga
and
with
being
me right in
muted.
the chat.
I wish Jinbei had his
Yeah,
independence.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like
Oh
Jamaica.
You
no.
talking about that nigga like
Hey,
he's a
listen.
god.
See, Beef, you might not know, but he said out his own mouth he wish he was Jamaican, bro.
never said that. I said I have respect for Jamaican culture.
You better. Yeah.
So, hey, where's Rage and motherfucking Rage was in here
I'm here.
and
I'm here.
King
What's up?
Yo.
Rage.
Rage is listening.
Rage is listening.
Wait.
He
Come on,
said,
say
I'm
it.
here.
Rage is thinking of the lie to tell.
No,
What?
Ray J
What?
thinking
Nigga,
on the
I'm
lie.
helping somebody. What? Just say it.
Hey, didn't Soap say out his own mouth that he want to be Jamaican?
Of
Lies.
course. You want to be top
Liar.
shotter.
Liar.
He said,
Liars.
of
Liar.
course. He
It took
wanna
him 20 minutes to come up with that lie.
You want to be
Fucking
Teddy
liar.
Bruckshot. He want to be top shotter. Of course.
I
King,
said though. I said
Oh,
word
you
for word.
disappoint me.
I wish I was Jamaican. Word for word.
King,
You
Yes,
said
you
I
did.
would. You said I want to be Jamaican. You said I wonder what it feels like
King,
to
did
be
he
Jamaican. I wish I
say
was
That's not
Jamaican.
me saying I wish I was Jamaican. There's a
Did you not hear the
difference.
end of my sentence?
There's a
You
difference.
fool.
There is a
You
He
difference.
clown.
finished
You
the
fool.
statement. He literally
Damn, he
finished
just
and said
caught
you
you
said
before
it.
you even
There is a
listened.
difference of me
He
saying
caught your
Wow.
ass.
He
one
just
person
told you
is
word
lying
for
to me.
He
word, and
caught
you
your ass.
ended the statement with "I wish I was Jamaican."
No, I didn't. I would never
Yeah.
say
Yes,
that.
you
Why?
did.
Because I'm Haitian excellence.
Ooh,
He
wow.
caught your ass. It's too
You
late
caught
now.
him on a
You
lie.
called me.
You
You
caught him
called.
on a
You
lie.
called a liar lying. That's what you caught.
Oh wow.
So you literally boy.
So
Y'all
you're
called a
acknowledging
liar
half.
lying.
So you're acknowledging half of the
Jamaican
statement,
men
saying
don't lie.
that's right, but you
I
missed
said.
up
I
on that
said
part
I
right there.
respect Jamaican culture, and you know how Wallow get
And I
Wallow
Why
gets
wish
does
I
it
mad
was
at
make
me
you
one.
changing
because
so?
there's a most
You
bias
just
in me,
said. You just said
and Wallow
one
being
anyway.
biased against Most because I'm better than him was like, oh, you want
Why
to
does
be
The
it
fuck
make
out of
Jamaican?
you
here, bro.
changing?
Because you wanted to, he was like, oh, you want to be Jamaican. Look at you. You sound dumb.
Nobody cares that much about you to have a bias against
Oh,
you
let's
most.
say all of y'all care about me that much.
Man,
That's
probably the
that
only
single
thing that
child shit.
nigga,
I'm keep
probably the
telling you.
only thing that nigga better at me than is biting apples. That big horse jaw that nigga got, bro. Fuck wrong with that boy.
Fuck out of here, bro. Any moment Wallow got to talk shit to me, he gonna take it. Regardless if he heard me say something positive about Jamaicans and then want to automatically unmute and be like, oh, so you want to be Jamaican? Well, what's going on, bro? You want to be Jamaican? The fuck wrong with you? That's not what I said.
Hey, listen, you want to be us? That's
I
cool.
definitely don't. I'm Haitian excellence. Come on now.
You can't be Haitian excellence. Haitian excellence don't exist.
Haitian.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you don't know
dude.
politics, so
Oh, fuck. That's what
What?
I'm saying. Independence.
You can't be excellent from
Hey,
the
come on,
Matrix,
that's
dog.
listen. You
yeah, we
can't. You
can.
can't be excellence if you don't even own your country.
Oh
Oh
I
wow.
really do.
wow.
Oh wow.
You know
Say
who
Oh
say
got
hi
me?
to the
wow.
say hi to the queen for me while you at
The
it.
Queen has never been in Jamaica.
Because she don't give a fuck about some
That
shit
don't
she owns.
matter.
So exactly. So
We
how
own
the
our.
hell
We don't own our country, but
the
at least you're not in
independent country
depression.
is stupid? You
Y'all
just said
country's
that.
How
literally
So
in
the
so
fuck
depression.
do we
Oh,
own our shit? Like what?
oh
We do.
no, y'all
That's
don't own
funny.
your
no
country?
no. Somebody owns
That
it,
is
not
funny.
No,
the
we own
people.
it. We own it.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah,
people
no,
that
I know
own
who
our
own it.
country.
The Polish
Y'all,
own
the
it
light
because
skinned
they
people own it.
finessed it.
Y'all got
Nah,
racism in y'all country. Y'all niggas
nah.
terrible
There's
there.
like 20 white people that own
Yeah,
Haiti.
because
Wow.
That's a
The
lie, and
Dominican
you know
And they
it.
all run it.
And they all own
Hold
that.
on, hold
They
on.
all
You
own
know
that.
you own
Them and
that.
they
What you
little
talking
light
about?
skinned
The
babies,
niggas
all
that
of
come
them
from the
own
Dominican
Haiti, and you know
Republic?
that.
All of them
That
do.
racist shit you're talking about comes from the Dominican Republic. Stop playing with us.
That's how you know who
Nah,
own
bro,
Haiti.
stop
They're a
playing with
little
me,
bit
bro.
lighter than the rest.
Facts. All the light skinned people got power in Haiti, and you know that's a
I'm talking
fact.
about those light skinned
White
Haitians,
people
just like those
own
dark
Jamaica.
skinned Jamaicans.
They
Like,
don't.
Fuck.
listen, white people ain't owned Haiti since like the 1800s. So like the
No, I didn't. Okay, I'll rephrase my
Right.
statement. Light skinned people own Haiti.
That don't matter. They still black.
The white people's babies own Haiti, so technically
What are
they
you
still
talking
own
about?
Haiti.
The president's black. So what are you talking about?
Oh
Is
That
his
don't
no.
mean he
Lambo?
isn't
Is his
power, nigga.
Lambo
Our
blue?
president was black. Did he get shit done, honestly?
We
Yes.
Was
don't.
his
We.
Lambo blue?
Hey. Was
Oh,
it?
we're talking about
It was
third world country
red.
politics.
I know for real. Like I could really drop some facts on y'all, but that'll be boring and long to explain. So
And we'd have to
Yeah,
listen to
because
you.
it
But this
takes
is
So
5 minutes
that's
to
what
say one
I'm trying
sentence.
to
you had
figure
to
out.
listen to how smart he
That's
is.
why I don't understand why when I talk to you in specific, you always talk about yeah y'all own y'all country. No, y'all really don't. That's why the country is in shambles
I mean, it's a
because
I
whoever owns it is fucking it.
I don't want to get into that conversation because then I would have to explain
Like
like international politics and why Haiti is the way
That's
it
a
is and why
fact.
so
this
you'd have
happened
to
and
make
this
a
was
bunch
wrong.
of excuses.
Like no,
Niggas,
I would have
niggas.
man. Look, King,
America's
stop playing with
part
me.
of it.
Yeah.
Stop
So
playing
what
with me.
we doing
You
here?
can't talk to me.
You're
You're
really
not even
really trying me
homegrown.
right now. Like
You're
you
not
try
even
you like
homegrown.
you doing this shit that's putting me in a corner that I'm not trying to fucking be in. Stop it.
You
Tell
sound
I
tell
soft.
put you in
Sensei
the
to curse
corner,
you the
man.
fuck out
Yeah.
again.
You
The
sound mad.
Sensei
Somebody
said
so
I
just
got
go
you.
sensitive.
ahead,
Say the fuck up
talk to him.
bomb.
So
like this
talk to
this
that
my
nigga.
thing.
Everybody's
My
scared of
thing is
James.
my thing is you
Nah,
can't
let me
live
stop.
off of the clout that when they did have unity, yeah, they succeeded in doing that.
What do you mean
But there's
did?
all
They
that
still
unity.
do. Like,
Yo, shout
Get the
out to
fuck out of here,
I
bro.
swear to
by the
God,
way,
like I
bro.
know that's why I don't want to have to explain this shit because you're just wrong. And for me to explain why you're wrong will take like 45 fucking minutes.
So just get bodied.
Exactly.
Take it.
I'm
So
not
just
taking it.
get
Exactly. Do it
bodied.
for
I
the
don't
people.
want to have to prove you wrong because if you push me into this corner, I will not be able to stop talking.
So, so you sound mad. So go
You
ahead,
sound
get out the
really
way.
bitch made.
Go ahead. Anyways,
Hey,
Don't
what do
hey,
you?
push
Lala.
me, cause
Because
I'm
my
Lala.
closer.
words to the thank you. What do y'all think about Jinbei? Is he dead? Because I
Jinbei,
felt like he
let me
was dead.
take this
That
one on,
nigga's fish
fellas.
food.
Let somebody
Literally.
run
Jinbei,
it. Somebody, one person run it.
Go
Jinbei
ahead, big news. Go ahead, big news. You got it.
is a fishman.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much, big news.
Shit. Here we go. Here we go.
And I
Wow.
fucking hate
Uh-huh.
fishmen. Cause the thing to me is in One Piece is racist towards fishmen, so fuck them.
Wow.
So
Wow.
even in a fictional story, you side
Big
with
news is
racists.
racist.
That's crazy.
That's
Your
crazy.
French is really
I've
showing.
been waiting all day to say that.
I hate
They
y'all.
Wow.
been all day to be
Does
racist,
anybody
y'all.
serious have something serious to say about Jinbei?
I
Nah,
mean,
I really
I think
don't
he's.
care
I think
about
he's
Jinbei at all,
alive.
bro.
That
I
nigga
think
No
dead.
that nigga
straw
alive.
hat, no straw
That
hats
That
ever
nigga's
nigga
died.
dead.
We're just
dead.
waiting on when he's gonna show up.
Ain't no way
R.I.P.
he's
my fish
dead.
nigga.
I do like how Luffy hit him with the man. Hey, I saw Big Mom, so I know Jinbei alive.
Yeah, Luffy's a dumbass.
Zoro was like, maybe. Well, I don't know.
Man, and you a Black Clover stand. Fuck out of here, boy.
Oh
Who
no.
the? I'm a what? I'm a what?
Aster.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
Aster.
have you do
yeah.
not
You a
have me
Black
on
Clover
record saying
stand.
that, sir. So don't
You
put
I do
know.
on.
have you on
Don't
record.
put
Just be,
don't put false
hold on,
information out
hold
on the
on.
internet, nigga.
Hey,
You don't have no record of
you
me
the
saying that.
same. You
Aster,
the
you
wow.
know.
same nigga that used to be an OKC fan, and I
Huh?
give
You
you
lagging? I can't hear
sympathy.
you.
It
Oh
wasn't your
no.
blood.
Deku,
Yeah,
Bakugo.
Yikes.
Yeah, what you
last
say?
year
Big
you,
news. Deku Bakugo.
last year
What?
you
Huh?
was an OKC fan, but now you a what?
Oh
No, no, no,
no.
Whoa!
no, 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 no. Sorry, sorry. Let me explain something. Let me clarify something. I
Now
was
you want to
always and
clarify.
forever. I will always and forever will be a Russell Westbrook fan. He happened to be on the
Uh-oh.
team of Oklahoma City. He's no longer on
Uh-huh.
that team. He's now a Houston
You
Rocket.
don't know that.
Therefore, I
Uh-oh.
am a Russell Westbrook fan, and I am a Houston Rockets fan by proxy.
Mm-hmm.
So
We
shut
talking
that
Mm-hmm.
shit
NBA
You
up.
need
now.
to
Let's
you need to take
No, I'm
Russell
not gonna
Westbrook
shut
and
that
take out
shit
your
up
mouth.
because that's the same shit that you did with Black Clover. Because you used to
NBA
stand for
Luffy.
Black
What was the same
Clover.
stuff? What was the same
You
stuff?
got no.
When the chapter, no spoilers for niggas who not on the manga about Black
Let's
Clover.
go.
When the joint about when the Julius stuff happened in Black Clover, I literally
Mm-hmm.
told you in Dustin Stream I'm dropping it. I gave it one more chance. It
Oh
fucked it,
no.
niggas
So
over
you
with
was
that
a
shit. It was
stand.
trash,
So you was a
and I
stand at that
dropped it.
time.
I wasn't
So
a
you was a
stan. I was a
stand.
fan. I wasn't a
You
stan.
was a
I think
stand.
you
You
was
was
a
a
I was
stand.
stand.
a
You
fan, not a
Can I
stan. I
say?
was a fan,
Nah,
nigga.
you're not
Hold on,
gonna
hold on,
keep
wait, hold on. Let
yelling.
me say this,
You gonna let me
senpai.
say
Let me say
this
this,
right quick.
senpai.
No, let me say this.
Okay, go
Cause
ahead,
this
go
the
ahead.
same nigga that came to the BDA trying to talk about Black Clover versus One Piece, staying in it, and got mad at niggas when they told him that One Piece beats Black Clover.
Hey,
Stupid
Who?
hey,
ass
Who the same
nigga.
nigga?
Oh
You
senpai,
same nigga.
When did
no.
I
senpai,
do this?
senpai, senpai.
When did I
So
do
you telling me
this?
you switching? Hold on, Most let me rock, brother.
I
So you
don't know how
telling me
that's
you switching
possible,
up?
but okay.
Because the Red
Oh
Dynamo
yeah.
will never switch
Boy,
up. So who
you
are you,
swallow.
clown? Who are
Who's
you?
switching up? Who?
Can I
That's
say?
some
Wait, hold
cat.
on. Let me
Okay.
say this,
It's
and I
still Big Rage, nigga,
wait,
active
hold
shooter,
on.
Teddy Buckshot. Stop
Hey,
playing with me, boy. I ain't
hold
never
on, hold
switch
on, hold on,
up.
hold on, hold on. I'm so glad
Hey,
senpai
Rage will never
is
switch
wait,
up.
senpai. Hold on. I'm so
I am
glad.
Rage, nigga.
Can
Stop
you
playing
Hold
with
on,
shut
me.
hold
up?
on, hold on, hold on. Let
You
somebody
shut up,
talk.
you Haitian nigga.
Oh no. The
Listen.
country of Haiti will not stand.
I'm gonna just let it. I'm gonna let it rock on that. I'm glad senpai said what he said because I remember getting a big
Uh-oh.
ass argument with Rage and BDA where he
Uh
Uh-oh.
tried to
huh.
hit me with some bullshit talking
Uh
about
huh.
Black Clover is a better written story than My Hero. So why you
When?
backtracking
When
now?
did I ever say this to
Oh
you, sir?
no.
During the
What day?
Oh
overhaul arc.
What month? Where are
Overhaul
your
arc.
witnesses? Who else was
During the
there?
overhaul arc. I'm
I
pretty
was
sure
there.
Hater.
During the overall arc.
Save
Haro
him.
was
I was
there.
there.
Keem,
Senpai was
say
there.
something.
Yep.
So why you
You
switching
was
I
up
talking.
plead
now?
the fifth.
You was talking cash money for Black Clover, but then the Julius shit happened.
Oh.
Wait. What
You
arc?
was
What arc were we
mad
in?
he
What?
don't
No, no,
Black
no. Wait,
Clover.
listen. What arc were we in Black Clover during the overhaul arc of
Oh
my hero?
no. My
Hey,
villain.
it was whatever it was before this
I think
what happened
what's
to
his name
Julius.
was about
That's
to
a
die.
fact.
Yeah.
Was it the
Yeah,
before the elf shit? Was that the arc before that when the
yes, it was
overhaul arc
before
happened?
Julius. Yes, it was before Julius when you stopped becoming a stan of Black Clover.
I
Because
was
I
never a
remember.
stan,
You're
bro.
saying
Stop
You
saying
okay.
that,
hold
So you're
bro.
on,
saying that Black
you
Clover
want
is
to know
better than My
you want
Hero?
to know how I know you
Does that make me a
bullshitting?
stan?
Because
Because at that
Yes.
point of time, my opinion was it was better than my hero. Does that make me a stan? At
Yes.
that point in
Because
time,
it's
hey,
my
clearly true.
opinion,
it's
I
clearly
thought
a
it was
lie.
better.
Now you told us it was facts. Now I
Oh
see
That's
what
a
you're saying.
fact.
You
no.
told us it was
Nah, I
facts.
said it was my
You
opinion.
did.
Even then, I said it was my
Nah,
opinion. Y'all
nah,
got
you
putting
told us
false
it was
words.
I'll
facts.
Hey,
tell you.
title this
You
I'll
told
tell
stream.
you.
us it
Stop
I'll
was
tell
This
bullying
you
is
why.
Rage,
facts.
bro.
this is why I get Eric to bully
Nah,
you because you always
oh,
talking bullshit.
Nah, bro, this stream is stop
nah,
bullying Rage. Y'all niggas
Oh,
spreading
what
false
the
information
nah.
on the
No,
internet during
you
the
You,
live
you
stream.
lying.
Y'all niggas are
You
lying,
letting
bro.
me know on
Do
you
record
ain't
y'all know
that
where
lying.
I
Rage is a
stand
player.
on Black Clover and My
I don't rock
Hero?
with the
Where do you
ops though,
stand,
but yeah,
Rage?
Rage.
I stand at Tower
I'll
God
tell you
Dread
this right now.
Emotional.
I have
Let's
never stand Black Clover. Was
go.
I a fan? Yes. Did I believe it was better than My Hero at that time and period? Yes, I
What about
did.
now, Rage? You at the floor. What about
Now,
now?
fuck no. Black Clover can hold a candle to My Hero now
You
because the
switching
story
up.
is ass now.
You
You
switching
sound like a
up.
pancake. You just flip flop too
I
much.
sound like a
Hey,
pancake. Nigga, I
Yes.
can admit when a
hold
story
on.
goes downhill.
Nah,
After the fucking out shit,
you
the
don't
story
sound
went
like a
downhill,
pancake.
nigga. I get
Yes.
what am I supposed to do?
Let me
Oh,
tell you
no,
what
it's
you
gonna get
sound
better,
like.
guys.
Hold on,
It's
hold
all
on.
right. It's gonna get
Hold
better,
on,
nigga.
bro.
What the
Stop
fuck?
dwelling. Let other niggas. There's no other niggas in here that want to talk. So I'm gonna tell you what you
Fuck
sound
them
like.
niggas. Fuck them
You
niggas.
sound, you sound
Fuck
like
them
that nigga
niggas.
on. Hold on. You sound
Fuck
like that
them
nigga on The
niggas.
Simpsons with the clown makeup on his face. Sideshow Bob. Stop trying to lie to us. Hey, come on, man.
Slideshow Bob was killing
Yeah.
niggas though. Watch what you
Yeah,
tell
you a
me.
clown. You a clown.
Slide,
Stop trying to
you
play
talking
me,
about
man.
no Slideshow Bob wasn't the clown. You talking about what was that
Sideshow
nigga's name?
Bob is a clown.
Sideshow Bob is not a clown.
Oh, so you never seen The Simpsons? Damn, that's
I have.
crazy.
That's not his name. What the fuck? What is
Sideshow
his
Bob?
name? No, it's not Sideshow
Nah,
Bob. It's
y'all,
the
you
other
are talking
nigga.
about the nigga with the green hair.
Is that Doc
Whoa,
The
Kid?
whoa,
red
whoa,
hair.
whoa.
The
Let
red
me
hair. What's his
Krusty.
name?
let me
Krusty
in
was the
here.
clown, not
Oh yeah,
Sideshow
yeah,
Bob.
yeah.
Krusty was the
Yeah,
clown.
Krusty,
Who
the nigga with the
let
green
you in
hair.
here?
I did.
Who
Side,
let you in?
Sideshow Bob is definitely in that bitch, boy. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I mean,
It,
Side
if the
Sideshow Bob got the dreads, bro. The little shit that look like
yeah,
dreads, bro.
Sideshow Bob was the
Oh, so
fucking
Lola,
janitor, my
you know
guy.
Sideshow Bob, the clown with the.
Why is
Oh
this
man,
conversation
He
so
was not
long
a
about
kid.
I
He
don't
was
It
know.
was
the
something. I don't
janitor.
even know what's going on anymore.
All I
I
know
don't
is if
even
that clown really
move it.
named Krusty, like that's the most accurate shit to call Rage.
Rage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Krusty
cause that
Oh,
nigga
Rage.
really, that
stuttering
nigga,
ass boy.
yeah.
you ain't hated related with that stutter,
Y'all
bro.
couldn't get
That's
it
a
out.
him,
I really forgot
him and
Rage's name
Rage.
for a second. I was
That's
about
what
to call
happens
him
when
his
you have a
real name.
small brain.
Hey, what's the most? We're all
All in
in this
this
together.
together, head ass.
One,
Head
two.
ass boy.
You
Yeah.
niggas are dickheads. I hate all of you.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Hey,
You shut up.
can I get a
You
moment of
lucky you hosting the
silence?
stream
How
right
old
now,
are
otherwise
y'all
I'll move
niggas,
your ass
bro?
to the shadow realm.
Can
You
I get
so
a moment
lucky.
of
No
silence for the
problem.
French national
Matter
All
of
anthem?
fact,
right,
Go
hold
ahead,
on.
go
Y'all
ahead,
getting
Big News.
sidetracked. Get a
What
topic
happened?
and go to that.
Now, what's the next topic here for
so if we're done with One Piece, I wanted to talk
predictions?
about some current
Can we
events
do
real quick.
one? We do one more One Piece thing real quick.
Go
Hold
ahead.
So
on,
Okay,
I
go
had an
ahead,
actual
Luffy.
statement to make on that Jinbei shit. I was just muted.
make your statement and then I'll switch it up a
Yeah,
little
Who was
bit.
Yeah,
that?
rock out.
I think the
Yeah,
nigga
damn.
locked up. I
Who
think the
is this
nigga locked
nigga?
up, but
Most a
Katakuri
lesbian.
probably
Luffy.
gonna let the nigga out.
Ooh.
Wait, you
Katakuri
said
let him
Say
out?
what?
that again.
Okay.
Say that again.
Yeah, like you said what?
I think they locked his ass up. Cause like you know, Big Mom like she put clout on Jinbei name like nah, bro, you can't lead the set
Oh, they got that
before you
nigga in a
Yeah.
lead the
book. You
set,
trying to
and
say?
she knows she can't yoke
man.
his life force because he ain't shook. You
Get a
feel
So
me?
kid
you
So
basically
toes.
saying like he in a book right now?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he
Was
was in a
And
was
book,
Kata,
but
You
Mondor
Katakuri
think he with him right
was
now?
Mondor on the ship with her?
who with who?
With like Big Mom and them.
No.
Fuck who? Jinbei?
Jinbei, yeah.
Why the fuck
No.
would he
no.
be with her?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of theories about that today. I just wanted to throw that out.
No, he be in the jail because they have a jail that's a books.
They got the
So
book job, but
Ain't
I mean it
Mondora with
yeah,
depends
him right
though. Is
now?
if Mondor is
Yeah,
it
with
don't.
Mondora's
her?
with him.
I don't think
I
he needs
mean,
to be
here's the
there.
thing though. With that, you could you theorize that he could like just put niggas in books and carry them around like that, or they got to be in
He
the
Yes.
big
don't.
ass book?
I
What
mean,
the?
I
What are
assume
y'all
that was
talking
part of
about? he
the
don't have
I
to
business.
don't
do
think he needs to
anything,
carry
bro.
them. I don't think he needs to carry them.
He
It's
can do
I,
whatever he
He
wants inside
doesn't
his
carry the
book.
books.
Yeah, he could just
it's a
put him in a
book,
book
so
and
I
leave him
assume
there.
he's got to carry the book.
yeah.
But yeah, I get you.
But he
No,
can
but
put
he
him in a
doesn't.
book
He
for
doesn't need
sure.
to be like if he's away from the book. Like they're still in that book.
No,
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
care.
no,
I'm
they're
not.
not. They're
I'm
not
not
coming
talking about
back out.
specifically him having to touch the
Yeah.
book. That's obvious. I'm saying. So you know how Luffy and Nami were in the big ass book, and that was the book gel inside of the castle.
Yeah.
I
You
was
you
saying
think they have
in
a
in
little
more
book?
of a compressed
Oh,
version of it,
yeah, probably.
where he
Yeah,
can
he
just
think
carry
he
that
think
Why
they
shit around
not?
pull
with
around
him.
a Bible like Kuma just putting niggas in Kuma books,
I
bro.
could put him in a
Yeah,
book.
that's
What
what
the
I'm
fuck?
saying. So like, if that's the case, then that nigga Jinbei already here. He does in a book.
We don't know about that.
Yeah,
He
no,
You
I
could
mean,
definitely
be.
do
I'll
arrest
say
me.
this, like after that
I like what
Jinbei
Wallow
statement,
said.
like after that Jinbei statement, like Jinbei probably pulling up soon, like unless he's dead, which I'd be shocked by
But
that.
I
They
Hopefully,
don't know if he's
shit.
pulling up soon, but you're gonna
they
figure out
Oda
what
did
happened over there.
Did
the
y'all
exact
Some
same
did y'all
thing
really
with
hear
the
what Wallow
crew.
said?
If you
Did
go
y'all
look,
hear
if you
what
go look
Wallow
at
really
how
said?
when Kid was
I
talking
think
about
they ignored
Apu and
Wallow.
shit, that
I
nigga
think they
Apu
did.
popped up right after that shit. That's
Cause
exactly what he doing with Jinbei.
cause Katakuri letting this nigga Jinbei out would be really, really nice. Like I really
That'd make Katakuri more trash than
If
he
he
already
did that
is.
and he
No, it
wearing
wouldn't.
Luffy hat still, bro, I
the,
laugh
the
so
fact
hard.
the fact that you said that it would make him trash is just wild, but okay.
I
I'm not
mean,
saying it
it
made
It
him
would.
wouldn't.
trash, but
It
that shit
would.
would
It
be
would
funny.
totally. It would make
No.
me.
I'm not saying
It.
you. I'm talking to the
Katakuri.
person that said it.
Let me just say
Ruby.
this. Let me just say this right now. Katakuri is one of my favorite characters in the whole series. I
Oh
would think
shit,
he's
here we
trash
go.
to that. I would literally think he's trash
I
to
would
that
Let me,
laugh
point.
hey,
so
hold
hard
on,
if he
hold
did.
on,
That would be
hold on.
great.
Dog,
That'd be
dog. When you
greatness.
went
What I need to
intimidation
know,
factor, you string
why
Jinbei
does
up
it
on
matter
your
that he's
ship
your
with the
favorite
straw hat
character
on,
in the
bro.
series?
That would be
Like,
greatness.
why
Because
does
he's
that
trying to
matter?
say he's being
One at a
objective.
time, bro. So,
Man, that
Oh,
would be
okay.
greatness. That would be great writing about it right there. That'd be
Dog,
greatness
I
right
told
there.
you, Big Mom pull up with Jinbei
Hey, then
just
you wouldn't
struggle
even read it.
the
That would be
hat on.
greatness. All right, now, but it's
Hey,
still be
then you wouldn't
greatness.
read it.
It would be 10 out of
Exactly.
10. I need
Hey,
to read it.
hey, Doc Q.
She'll throw that nigga on the ground like, is this your king?
Like this is that's why I say I don't understand how niggas like how the fuck would that be trash, bro? This nigga literally talking to the man and he's never fell on his back in his fucking bruh. You feel me? In a fight,
Lifetime.
I should say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He never
Yeah.
fall on his back in a fucking fight, and he did it off of the strength of Luffy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would that not?
It's just
Like, how
the
would it be
bullshit
It
trash
that'll
is
for him?
not. It
the
is not.
bullshit that'll come with that, Wallow. You know what I'm saying? Even though like I would never realistically argue that shit is trash, but like if you're like Eris or Janoi or Red Nose or all like the moment they see that shit, if it does happen, that's the funniest thing in the fucking world, and I agree with them on that.
My first
what y'all
reaction would
arguing
be
right now?
if Jinbei came back and Katakuri like released him from like a prisoner.
Yeah, nigga saying it'd
I'm
be
just saying.
trash.
I'm just saying. I would rather it be like Katakuri looks the other way and lets it go rather than he literally lets him go. Like opens the gate, says, "Hey, bro, get out, go save Luffy."
Yeah,
That
that
would be terrible.
Oh
That
I'm
would
no,
with
be
you.
that's trash.
But that's not.
I'm with
But that's not
I'm
what
with Colo
Wallow.
on this
But
one.
that's not what Wallow said though. Wallow said that Katakuri let him out, but he ain't say, oh, he let him out, and he
he
was like,
let
oh, go save
He literally
Luffy.
said he let that nigga out.
You're
he
free.
said he just let him
But
out.
Sound
he said,
facts,
Dude,
hold
but
on,
he
hold
said
on,
he
hold on,
let him
hold on.
go.
He can't let him out by giving the command. Oh, go do this, and if you don't, I'm gonna kill you. Like, you don't.
no,
That's
but
just
this
I,
trash.
this
that
this
That's
the
that
what
thing.
we're
sounds like
saying.
an
This is
asshole.
this
Right.
is the thing. I made a statement with no context. Y'all sitting here adding context. Oh, if he
Oh,
literally opened the
Well,
door.
don't add
You
that
know
oh.
what I'm saying? Like, what the
context.
fuck?
So
Yeah, like,
you're
fuck.
mad when you make a statement and niggas twist that shit? Ain't that a bitch?
Hey, you
Ain't
just
Yo, if
dumb.
you
that
don't
That's
shut
bitch?
there's
your
a
petty
You
difference.
ass
just
up,
can't
You're
read.
stupid.
Bro.
Hey,
You're
guys.
stupid.
You guys don't need to, all the
This
name calling
motherfucker.
should cease, guys. Come
I'm
on, we're
just
You're
friends here.
Real.
stupid.
no,
We're friends.
Guys,
We're
come
friends
on.
here. You
I'm just
stupid.
saying. I'm
No
just
need
saying.
to call each other
It must
names.
it must be it must be so
Clown.
fucking
Well,
annoying
Clown.
here he go with
for
the
you
same
Hey,
to
child
no.
shit
make a
again, bro.
statement.
Listen, they heard. Listen,
Oh
no.
my
So what
god.
you're
We got that
saying
same
doesn't
time
it doesn't
shit.
equate. I literally said something. They're gonna repeat it, but
Oh,
change the context of what it
ain't
is.
that
You just
a
didn't
motherfucker?
understand the context of
Ain't
your own
that a
statement, which is just
motherfucker?
stupid.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so you didn't know your own
Hey,
context.
Wallow, I asked you questions. That's the difference between you and me, my nigga. I asked. You
No,
assumed.
you're
Because you
stupid.
an
You just
ass.
stupid.
Okay?
You didn't say that, so you can't be calling people stupid,
No,
man.
no,
It's not
no,
nice.
no, no. I'm just here.
Oh yeah, he want to play the
I
victim
am
now. Watch
on
him, watch him.
Wallow's side. How
To-
dare
I
y'all
told y'all,
take
stop the
him
This
out
instigating,
of
guy's
bro.
retarded,
context?
bro.
All I'm saying
dare
is
ya.
name calling
I
is
would
not nice.
never do that to Wallow. Why? Because
That
I
is
am a
true.
nigga with respect.
Nigga.
Because you're not smart enough to
Shut
do it.
up. Shut up.
Oh
Y'all gonna
no.
respect Wallow's statement and not
But
twist his shit. Cause
The
but yeah,
intelligence.
you
I'm
feel me?
sure that's annoying.
Because Wallow's not stupid.
Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, Wallow. Don't let these niggas just twist your words and shit. How dare they?
But we're not.
Soap the instant
Yeah, cause
pot.
like my statement is like, you feel me? The nigga
Say it
locked
clear,
up.
Wallow, cause they might twist it.
Oh
Shut the
no.
fuck up.
But
Oh
Telling you,
no.
your words like
So
Twister,
he
nigga.
locked up, but he get free.
Like
You feel me?
Twister.
He get freed, and I think
Trash.
Katakuri will have something to do with it, bro. You feel me? Whether it be
Trash.
him looking the other way, you
Hey,
feel
big
me?
news, chill out.
That shit's trash, man. If Jimmy got
Hey,
captured, he need to be dead.
let him
Let, let,
finish,
let me
and then
let
you
me
can
say that real
let
quick.
him
He need
Let
to
finish,
me
and
say
then you
die.
can
this.
say it's trash.
Let it
Can
go.
I speak? Can I speak for a minute? Like
A minute,
based on,
goddamn. You want the whole stream.
nigga, I've been gone for like 30 fucking minutes. What the fuck you
So
talking about?
so you not so if you
So I
not
had to
here
so I had to
full
And
go.
how you
if
about
So
you
I
to
not
had to
here
finish
go.
full
it, nigga?
time,
No,
Hold
why
Say
you
so
still
what
I
on.
had
you
been
love?
got to
gone.
say,
I've been
bro.
talking the whole stream, right?
Chill.
So you
Chill.
got better things to do other than be
Chill.
here.
Just
All right.
say what you got to say,
I
bro.
ain't finna talk the
Dude, leave
whole
this man
stream.
alone.
Go
That's
ahead,
all. I
bro.
don't
Go
argue.
ahead. Go ahead.
I made a sandwich. You
Of
know how to
course you
go.
Oh
did.
my
Okay,
god.
This
oh,
nigga a
you
whole
ain't have to
sandwich
tell us
ass
But
that.
nigga.
We
like,
knew
You
that.
should make a
Yeah, we
sandwich.
but
kind of
like
knew.
This nigga
the
make 3
main point
sandwiches
is
a
you
day.
gotta
2
you
sandwiches
gotta
an
argue
hour.
from what you gotta argue from
A
what the
fact.
fuck you know has already been built up in the story. And we know for a fact that Jimbe is a straw hat, so he's assumed to not be able to die. And he's like in Big Mom shit.
What?
You like
What?
Like, let him
Yeah,
you
what?
finish.
assume
Man,
that
can y'all let him finish before y'all do
exactly. Like,
y'all bullshit?
I'm
Before y'all
Oh,
try
hold
to
talking to
on.
the
twist his
point.
words,
Exactly. I
Yeah,
would never do that.
Oh
Oh
wow.
yeah. You got
The whole
yeah,
point is that
what should we
Jimbe is a
call
straw
that
hat, so
duo?
Jimbe
Soapy?
Jimbe can't die until at least the end of the story because he's a straw hat. That's a fact. We have to agree on that, in my opinion. But you know what I'm saying, niggas, you can argue whatever you want. It was built up in the story that Luffy and Katakuri got some kind of relationship or friendship. They
gay.
respect each other, whatever, however you want to
Wow.
call it. Yeah, that did kind of gave it like that beside the point. But like that has been built up in the story, so it has to bear fruit at some kind of point. Like if it bears fruit with the Jinbei plot line, that's fine. But like you know what I'm saying, it has to bear fruit sometime later on down the story. It's just a
a
fact.
lot of white people words.
What the fuck,
Bear
bro? The
fruit.
All I'm saying is, if Jinbei
Shut
is
up, King.
alive and he
Shut
come
up.
back, he better know his place, and that's under
Oh
Zoro.
wow.
and
Facts.
also under Sanji, man. Yes,
Under
under
Sanji
this.
too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you know how we rocking. We ain't taking no disrespect.
No
Oh
Sanji
yeah.
disrespect
All right,
here.
since we all know Jinbei alive and he gonna come within the next 50 chapters or whatnot,
Yeah.
let's see this. What
Mm-hmm.
is y'all Endo Wano predictions for the Straw Hats bounties?
And the Wano, can we get
Bro,
to
we ain't
Act
about to
3
do no
first?
Oh.
What the
damn
hell?
Bonnie's
Hey,
here,
No,
bro.
we
you
Like,
can't.
gotta
Wow.
think
This
about
man
that,
said
bro.
in
Like,
the Wano.
I'll answer
That's
the
Uh,
question. I'll answer
I
the
mean,
question.
what's
why
I think
all
why
we
argue?
right? What's
Let's answer the
Sanji's right
question.
now? What's Sanji's right now? Let's go through
Sanji
330 million.
330.
Yeah, 330.
330.
all we know is Zoro hitting a
We
billion.
That's
we're gonna
cap.
be
He's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
be
like
above
800.
five. We're gonna be above
800.
five.
Yeah, man.
I
He
think
hitting a
We're gonna be
billion.
above
What the
five.
fuck?
A billion. Yeah, wow.
Because if Sanji's above
Yeah,
five, then
literally
Zoro's
just throwing shit
definitely
out
You
like
there.
think
8.
Jack can be a billion, but it's impossible for Zoro to be? What's wrong with
How
True,
you?
how
true.
long
In
has
one
fucking Jack
arc,
been a pirate?
So, how long has
Yeah,
Luffy been a
Luffy did
pirate?
the
yeah,
same.
Clown?
yeah.
Hold on,
Because
hold on.
Luffy did it.
Luffy
Did the same.
before.
Luffy did it in 1 arc.
We not doing that
Clown?
one
Yeah.
at a time thing right now, bro. I
No,
don't
I'm
know
on
why.
your.
nah,
No,
we
Wait,
we're
let
gotta
me
not.
talk
let me
about
let
that
me
No,
go
after.
we're
through
not.
it. Let me go through
Yeah.
it. How
I think
many
Luffy get the full
One
bean
at a
Zoro
at
is not
time.
the
doing
end of this
anything
arc.
Luffy's
I think
doing,
Nah,
Luffy
it's
get the
four.
full.
4.
First.
and he's
It's
not
Oh,
four
getting
okay.
first.
credit for
you
anything
said
that
he
he
Yeah.
get
does.
the what? 4?
I think get the full,
4.
yeah.
Maybe
He get
two
the
and a
full.
half.
Nah, yeah, that's hella. That's too.
Yeah,
Why he
that's
say
hella
what?
high, bro. You
I
said
said I
Are you
heard
four.
gonna
that he's
listen
been
to
a
my
pirate.
answer? But why I think that, or y'all just gonna talk about
Nah,
how the
cause it's
fuck that
dumb.
makes no
Yeah,
sense?
it make no sense. I say he go to like 3.5 before he
Nigga,
leave.
what? Nigga, shut. Oh, okay. All right, we doing this now. We doing this now.
That nigga,
Go
hey,
ahead,
hey,
Super.
chill. That nigga about to get mad and make another sandwich.
One at,
Calm down.
let's just do one
But
at a
but the
time.
whole
Shut
point
up,
is though,
hater.
I think story wise, after this arc is like the arc when he kind of like get close to me and Shanks, and I think he has to be kind of close to Shanks and like status and bounding when he meets up with Shanks. because the whole promise is that he's gonna become a better pirate than Shanks, and I think they have to be kind of close. Like when Shanks seen that nigga in Marineford hit 300 million buried bounty, he was like, I don't like, nah, I can't go see him. But when they see each other, they have to kind of be kind of close in status.
I think 2 billion is
That's all.
enough for that.
I
I
say
I don't
give
think
it
think
they're
five.
close in status at
Luffy,
2 billion.
Bro,
man,
man,
listen,
Luffy
listen
Pirate
to
King,
what
man.
you are
Fuck
saying
that.
right now.
5
You're
billion.
Yeah,
saying
that's the
2
only pirate
billion,
Yeah,
king
while
right now.
Luffy is
Blackbeard's
literally about to
at
take down
Blackbeard's at
2
two.
One
Yonko
at
in the
a
same round.
time, yo.
All right, look, let me go real quick. Y'all
Yeah, let
y'all
the
are
light
not
skinned niggas go.
understanding. 2 Yonko going down, or we'll say 1, but my opinion is gonna be 2.
Yes.
2 Yonko going down with Luffy getting the clout for that, and you're saying he's getting a 500 million increase from 1.5 billion to only 2 billion. You're smoking dick.
2.5 clown.
Man,
1
2.5.
billion, even
Luffy,
then, 1
2.5.
man,
I
billion, you're
give
listen
still
you
though, man.
smoking dick.
White
2.5.
Luffy is the Pirate
Blackbeard
King.
killed
King.
Whitebeard,
All
took his
You're
fruit,
billion.
beat the
He
shit
didn't
literally
out
have
of
a bounty.
Marco.
He
Hold
didn't have a
on.
bounty
Let Big
at
News
all.
let Big News finish. Let Big News
Blackbeard
finish.
I didn't
killed
even finish.
Whitebeard, took his fruit, and beat his army down. And he was only at 2.2.
So
Man,
He had
And
no
that man has
bounty
listen,
at
a
all.
$5
that nigga,
billion
Luffy
berry
is the
bounty. What are
king.
y'all talking
He had
about?
no
The
bounty at all to
increase
begin with.
does
So.
Yeah,
not.
I'm
He was a
telling you,
The
bro.
increase
warlord.
does not
2.5.
matter.
2.5.
It just matters the value.
I
Like, what are you
say three
talking
five.
about?
bro,
That's where I'm settling.
They named like 4 people
The
that could take him
increase
out, and he
don't
took
matter.
out one of
That's
those
what you
people.
fucking up.
he
He's
already has
he's
1.5
at
right now. And
1.5
if you're
right
saying
now.
he's
He's
only
just gonna
getting
double. Like I
1
think it's gonna
billion,
be like
the
Shit, you know
same
what?
amount that
You
he's
hey,
Hold
gotten
on,
increased
y'all
listen,
down,
talking
like
at the
you're
Big
same
smoking,
News.
time.
That
you're
man's
Hold
the
literally
on.
king of
smoking
kings.
dick.
Hold on,
King
Jada.
of
Let Theory
all
go.
kings.
Y'all talking
Anyways,
at the same time.
you're saying he's gonna get the same increase that he got from taking down Katakuri and Cracker for taking down Big Mom and
He
Kaido. You're
beat Big
smoking
Mom.
dick.
That's why they gave him that clown.
But why are
He
y'all
didn't beat
assuming he gets
shit.
everything
What
Yo,
did
from
the?
the
You
damn.
clout?
need to read that newspaper again,
Yeah, that newspaper said he beat Big
clown.
Mouth.
The newspaper was really factual, huh?
Why are y'all
Literally.
assuming
That's
that
why
It
I
he
Yeah,
don't
said
gets
matter
but
no
yes.
but the
facts.
everything?
Wait, why do facts
newspaper is
now?
the
Why do
one
facts
that
now? Wait, why do
dictates his
facts
What are
now?
you
value, bro. What do
The
you
What are you
mean?
newspaper
talking
has
about?
nothing to do with his
Wait,
bounty.
not being
It
serious.
has
Yes, it,
everything
What?
to
yes,
do with
yes,
his
it
Luffy,
What
it
do
does.
you
really does.
mean? It
It
has
really
everything to
does.
do with his
What
Listen,
value.
the
Gentlemen,
hell?
hold
One at a
on.
time. One at a time. Yeah, one at a
It
time.
the
Go
has
ahead, Theory.
newspaper is run by Big
no,
News
but
Morgans.
you
The
know this
world
for a
government
fact.
issues
So,
bounties, and
so,
brand new
But
is
so.
the
he's
You
person
need
okay.
to
that
Go ahead.
issues
reread.
these bounties.
And then I want to
Like, what are
answer
you
this
talking
motherfucker.
about?
Like you
The
understand, right? Like the whole purpose of bounties is driven by what the fuck is reported in that newspaper. You do
Thank
understand that,
you.
right?
Do you realize that there was a CP0 agent that literally reported everything specifically that
But what
happened
does that
at
have
that
to do
point in
with what the
time?
fuck I
I
That's
just
the
said?
agree.
point. That's what's for you,
Yeah,
Big
I
News.
agree.
exactly.
That's
What
what's
Everything.
for
has
What
that
I
to
does
you.
do
agree.
what
with
does that
what
have
the
to
Everything
do
fuck
in
I
that
with?
just said?
newspaper was relatively
Regardless of the
on point with
information
what it
being
was.
true,
But
hold
at
on,
the
Let
end
him
of the
Ruffy,
day,
Ruffy,
reply.
at the
So,
end
Ruffy,
of the day, you're still saying that him just fucking beating Cracker, Katakuri, and getting a few fucking people
Ruffy,
under him
He
Ruffy.
is
beat
equivalent
Big
to taking
Regardless,
Mom.
down Kaido and
See,
regardless,
Big Mom.
he beat Big
Ruffy,
He
Mom,
Read
he
clown.
beat
the
Big Mom.
Ruffy.
newspaper.
They
Regardless,
did never said that
regardless
he beat
of,
Big Mom. It said it was his
regardless.
victory.
Can,
He beat Big
Victory
Mom.
over
Listen.
who?
can I
Hold
say
on, wait,
this?
wait,
Can
wait,
I
wait. Hold on, wait.
finish?
I go quick. Wait, I
Nah,
go
cause
quick.
I've
no
been trying to
sound.
speak and
I've
y'all
been
been
waiting.
cutting me off, man. Like,
Wait. Hey, so
One at
since
a
you trying to speak,
time.
can you answer this question? It was a victory over who?
over
Big
Big
Mom.
Mom. But regardless,
Okay, that's
regardless,
beating him. What the
regardless.
hell?
That's
So
not beating Big Mom in a
Can I
fight.
say
also,
this?
Yes,
hold on,
it
wait,
is.
hold on, wait,
What
hold on,
the
wait,
How
wait,
is it a
wait.
fuck?
Let's go really
victory?
quick.
This
Wait, let's go really
Ruby.
quick.
Regardless,
Let's go really quick.
hold on, hater, please.
That's
Regardless
up,
of
Flippy.
whether whatever's reported in that newspaper to be true or not, that that
Fuck the
information
newspaper.
that information is
Hold on.
distributed to the whole
Sound
world, and
biased.
based on that information is what gives pirates their bounty
Their
increase.
clout.
So
No,
regardless
their
Hey,
clout
hey,
around the
let me
world.
say
Literally,
The
this to
bro.
newspaper
Hold
is
on,
different.
hold
So
on. One
Brand
regardless
new
of
person.
whether
issuing a fucking
regardless
bounty.
of whether that information is true, it still has an
Or not.
impact of on their fucking bounties. That's just a fucking fact.
Smoker
That is
literally
true.
got
this
clout for beating
this
Crocodile, and Luffy still got an increase.
All right, Wallow
You
next.
guys are literally taking the newspaper and saying that is increasing the bounty when we know that brand new issues the bounties and he knows specifically what happened as well.
Luffy's reputation is part of his bounty. The newspapers
but let me
increased his
reputation
Are you
let
going?
me
Do
say
you hear me
this,
talking?
bro.
Do you hear me talking, clown?
Nah, it was my turn,
hear
bro.
me
You
talking?
skipped me, big news.
But I was in the middle of
Chill out.
talking.
Big
Let
news
him
was in the
finish. Let him
middle of
finish.
You
I was
Wallace.
skipped
literally
me,
in the
my
middle of
chill
nigga.
out.
talking.
Let Big News finish and then
We
we
already
got you.
got you.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, chill.
Regardless
Go
of the
ahead, Big
fact,
News.
the newspaper is a part of his reputation. That's why Big Mom is so mad and came to Wano. She won't have her reputation squandered, my guy.
At the end of the
There's
day,
not.
this is
There's
what I'm
not just no
saying, Big
reason.
Goosey.
Rufy.
Wait,
What I
hold up,
understand
man.
is
Hold
Before
on,
you
hold on.
rebuttal, bro.
Let
Before you
Wallow go.
rebuttal,
Hold on.
Yeah,
my
before.
whole point is when these people under the Yonko go out and do something, the Yonko gets clout for it. So when they take a loss, the Yonko still is taking a loss as well. This is just facts.
Yeah, it is true.
This is
It
what
is
I'm
true.
saying. This is what I'm saying. I get what you're trying to say. Him beating
No,
Big
it's
Mom.
not
In quote,
trying to
I'm
say. I'm
not talking about
stating
that.
facts here.
This wait,
I'm not
let's let him
talking to you,
respond to
Wallow.
him.
I'm not talking to you, Wallow. Big news. This is what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. He beat Big Mom. Quotation marks. I get it. That whole circumstance. He did win. Luffy's the GOAT. You're not gonna hear anything else from me from saying that. But all he got was a billion from beating Big Mom and in quotations and beating Cracker and Katakuri and getting the clout because of his Grand Fleet. Now let's go forward. He beats Big Mom and he literally beats Kaido, the nigga with the clout of beating people in 1v1s, and he fucking takes Wano and opens the fucking borders of Wano, and he takes out the entire Beast Pirates and whatever is left of the Big Mom Pirates. That is more clout than just fucking up Big Mom's place and leaving and beating some commanders. He's actually beating Yonko with 4 billion plus bounties at this point in time. If you think he's only getting 1 billion like he did last time, like I said, you're
I don't think
smoking dick.
any of us think that.
He just said
Man.
2.5 billion.
I'm
That's
saying
1 billion more.
2.5.
Oh
I'm
no,
saying
I say
2.5.
he 3.5. Easy.
3.5
Easily. There's
negative.
no there there's
So his,
Blackbeard.
his
there's
bounty
no
was
That's
actually
way
a
in
huge
but
hell
total.
that's
that
but
he
that,
is
that's the
having
problem. Everybody
3
keep
billion
talking like
after
it's
this
just
fight.
gonna
One at
be
a time.
Luffy himself who's beating these
Exactly,
people, bro.
Wallow.
It's a whole squadron of people
He
in here who's gonna put hands on
Granted,
people.
Luffy's gonna get the credit for it. We all know
Yeah, we all
this.
know that. Yeah, exactly.
Like no matter what we know specifically, we know for a fact Luffy's gonna get the credit. He's gonna get the most clout. He's gonna get the most
I
fucking
mean,
acclaim from it.
So what a
it's
There's
bit
gonna be
no
his
way in
worst
fucking
generation is
hell
getting clout
he
though.
leaves this arc
No one's gonna
without a
have more
bounty less than
clout
3
than
billion.
Luffy. Like we know this. Like why are we
All
pretending
Yeah,
that
right,
it's
no,
not gonna
that
he
happen?
that's
can
a
have
difference
he
though.
can
Y'all are
have the
giving
most clout,
most
but that
of it
doesn't
to
mean that
him.
his bounty will like be
Reflect
go
like
to
that.
three
y'all
plus,
talking about
three
4
plus.
billion?
He can
Let
still
me
get a
talk. Let me
like
talk. Give
what
me a
Big News
second.
said
I'm
is
gonna just
okay. Go ahead. Rock
yeah,
out.
like there are so many people here, bro, and we know, and the government knows that a lot of these people are here. So within that knowledge, bro, Luffy gonna get a lot of the credit, but he cannot get all of it. And the only way he'd get to the numbers that y'all are talking about is if he got all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But here, let me paint this scenario for you, Keem. What if they literally do the same exact thing where they say Luffy, with his grand intelligence and his amazing strength, took all these people that are on this island and put him under his umbrella, and then they went and took out Kaido and Big Mom.
Well, I
Okay,
Exactly,
mean, yeah,
Marine.
but they
that's
would
Like,
still have
that's
to
that's a
highlight the fact that it
situation
would be
that
Can
you
I
Eustace
can
created.
I say
Kid
this? Because
and
this is
Hold on,
my
let me
oh
respond to
no,
the
no,
yeah.
no,
Go
statement
no,
ahead.
no.
first.
You not gonna overtalk Doc Q.
I ain't
Yeah,
mean
So
to.
let
hold
Go
on.
Doc
ahead.
Q
Go ahead,
No,
and
let
Sip.
me
then
respond
King
to that
go.
shit
oh,
first.
my
So
bad. I was gonna say even if they do what you're saying, you do realize they would still highlight those people that he took. Like they would still be like him and Houston's Kid and Law and
That's
da da da.
I get
Like
what you're saying,
he would
Doc, but
not
So he
single
can't
handedly
get
get
to
the
those
credit.
numbers with
that's
partial credit.
a testament to Luffy's strength itself. Just like
That's just a
last time,
testament to
Yeah,
where
what
he
you
but
can
think
dog,
take
is
he's
gonna
where
not
he
happen.
gonna
can
get
take
all
all
the
of those
credit.
people that have that clout like that, and they're still under this nigga. They still follow this nigga, even though they're out here on their own 2 feet with all this power
Yo,
and
can you
all
hear me?
this, that, and the
This
third.
this
I don't know if X
nigga
Drake
That's
is
King
That's
gay.
specifically
yo, like,
said
bro,
he's
I
not
don't
That's
know
even gonna
where
get
the
arrogant
it.
that you
fuck
think
you
is gonna
get.
happen.
Yeah, that's why I
But
said.
hold on, Sip
Rufy,
cool. We can hear
Hey,
you.
Hold
Hey,
on.
but Rufy, to your point, that would be a lie, right? And that wouldn't matter
No, I'm saying we got
because then
X
somebody would
Drake,
have to report that.
Yeah.
let me know when
X
I can
Drake,
say my point.
X
X
Drake ain't
Drake
gonna
is here.
lie.
Can I say my point?
Everything that happens on
Bro,
this
you
island,
can't be asking
The
No,
and
no,
Marines
let
will
sententious
Rufy
know
things,
finish.
for
bro.
100% fact what
Let,
happened.
I mean, y'all
You a
talking
all
to
right,
wait
go
child?
till
ahead.
Doc Q was done. Okay,
Are
so
you a
I like
child,
so
bro?
I'm saying right. Like I feel like
Nigga,
like
petty.
he's not obviously he's not gonna get all of the credit, but he's gonna get most of it, right? And I feel like
70%.
whatever number you want to put
What the
on it,
fuck
most of it.
This
arbitrary
guy
number
is
you
So
throwing?
like
So
I don't care about
That's
the number,
that's
most
what
of
I'm
it.
saying, King.
Like who gives a fuck, right? He's gonna get most of it.
80%,
And I
nigga.
feel like if
All of it.
he just gets credit for taking down one of the Yonkos, right? Regardless of if people are jumping with him and fucking and it ends up being like a 2v1, but he still gets credit for taking down one. I feel like the fact that he took down one is enough to at least take him from 1.5 to 3.
Facts.
I think it should be more than that.
But hold on,
I
let
think
me
it should be
respond to
even
that
higher than that. start.
Yeah, King.
If one Yonko survives, who do you think they're giving credit to when the Yonko literally fight each other all the time? Luffy
You
or
right.
the Yonko that survives?
You right. Oh well, actually, I don't know about that because I still think in that case, if say for example, Kaido go down, Big Mom still survives, like that, like I don't think the credit goes to Big Mom. I think it goes to Luffy, just based on
No, it goes to
Exactly.
both. It
How?
Exactly.
will go to
based
How?
both.
because Big Mom
No,
How
because
would it go to Big
no.
Mom?
Nah,
Big Mom
only
doesn't
because they
look
Because
good
Big
clearly
when she's
Mom
stated
is the
with
Luffy
higher
already had a
head with the
victory in
more
mind.
Big
logical
Mom would
power to
literally
take
gain
down that
from
type
that.
of
Like,
individual.
yeah,
like that. I feel
The
like they
thing, the
Yeah,
would.
thing,
what would she? Yeah, what would she gain from that?
No, I just feel
shit,
like
if
she would.
Destroying a Yonko?
I
What do
think
you
no,
mean?
Like
I
you,
think she would
hold
be
on.
painted
Can I
as.
talk for a minute?
Yeah, can I just say this real quick? Like I feel like she will be painted as like if she survives and Kaido's gone. And I like in my gut, this is just my head canon. I feel like she would be painted almost as running away and Luffy being the big bad guy that
nah,
fucking bitch to
Yeah.
Yonko.
Like
How?
nah,
dead ass. Like, do you really
nah.
think after this arc is over with, if Kaido is gone and Big Mom is still around, like Big Mom bounty gonna be like 8 million or some shit? Does she
Nah.
get the credit for
There
being
was
gone?
no
Yes,
bounty increase. You're just
yes.
talking about
Yeah,
If
her
a
it's
if
body
just.
a
don't
if
really
a
go
if a
crazy.
Yonko goes down, there has to be a bounty increase, bro.
I mean,
It
but
has
Yeah,
to.
whatever. But what
so
if
it
she
go
It
to
gets
has
a
to.
bounty?
five.
Whoever
Whoever she
gets the
gets one.
credit bounty is going stupid.
Just beating them is not gonna do it
That's
Yeah,
though.
it's
why.
That's
not
what I
That's
gonna
told
get
why.
you
Hold
that
y'all.
on.
far. It's
That's
just
why he said that it would go to both.
yeah, like you
I
gotta
don't think it
share the
goes to both.
credit. Nothing is gonna go
I don't
that
think it
But
way.
goes to Big Mom.
why it wouldn't go to both when these
Because
two
y'all
are known
wanted
for
to go to Luffy.
feuding?
Y'all don't even have an
That's what I'm
argument.
It ain't no
saying.
want. It's just how the story is being written. Like, what are you
That's
talking
how
about? We
you
want it to
want
be
it
that
to be
way.
written.
What are
It
you talking
hasn't been
about,
written
dude?
yet.
That's
Because
how
the
the
story
story
is
has been
written
written
that Yonkos
consistently. Like,
fight.
what are you doing?
They fight each other.
No,
Yonkos
there has
fight
been
each
no
other.
Yonko interaction. Bounty
Name me
increase.
another time in the story where somebody else got some credit
Name me
for
another
something that
time in the
Luffy
story
did
they had
equally when they weren't in an
Yonkos.
alliance. Huh?
Name me another time in the story where Yonkos were colliding. What are you saying?
When the Yonkos have collided? Is
where
that
Arguing.
an answer to the question and I answer? I'll answer your
they're
question
going.
after you answer mine.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Is you
because
gonna answer my question?
clearly there's the Whitebeard and Ace thing he's gonna bring up.
I'm talking about Blackbeard. Blackbeard is doing way more than what this man doing right now.
Literally.
Let me get
Blackbeard
let
only
me
is
say
two
the
point
point I
something.
was trying to say before like that shit started up though. Like, in my opinion, like even if he doesn't get credit for both of the Yonko going down, he gets credit for taking down one of the Yonko with the two highest bounties as like the two highest pirate bounties in the story. If he takes down one of them, I think that should be more than like 1.5 billion for taking down somebody with a 4 billion, like whatever all them fucking
Mm-hmm.
numbers in they fucking bounty. Like if you take them down, and he's already got the title of the fifth Yonko. I don't think it's outside of the realms of possibility. At least like put him on the level, at least worldwide, to put him on that level. And then I think Blackbeard gets his like bump after he takes out Shanks, and that's how he gets his bump. They put
Ah,
them on equal footing.
So y'all writing y'all own story.
are
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm saying.
okay? So
Just like you writing
so
yours. You just told me
I'm
I had
not.
Big
I'm
Mom fit. You
literally
just wrote the
putting
same
shit
shit. What
back
the fuck are
into
you doing?
reality.
I'm saying,
it's not outside the realm of possibilities for that nigga X Drake to lie.
Literally
Because
writing
But
your own story.
again,
if
but
one
hold on,
hold on,
gentlemen.
Cola. Because if
Okay.
one Yonko stands and the other Yonko, other Yonko falls, they can also point the narrative that
Hold on.
Luffy
Before you
teamed up
respond, King,
with a
hold on.
Yonko and took down this Yonko.
Yeah, but
That's not
that
outside the
that's
realm of
not
possibilities.
but that's
You
not
want to
what
make a
King is
name bet on
saying.
it right now, King?
Super stop.
I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
let's
I
do
mean,
that.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Let me talk to King real quick. You want to make a
I was just
name
about
bet
to
that Big
speak.
Mom
Oh,
ain't
okay,
get no
whatever.
credit for
Go
this?
on.
nigga, we can do this off
Damn.
stream. This shit means
That's
nothing
if
on the fucking
that's
stream.
if she goes against him and fights
Yeah,
him.
we can do it off stream, but like I just
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
The
go ahead
com
with that.
the thing is, in
Nah.
terms of
Y'all
the
better write the bet
conversation,
down right now.
hold on, senpai. In terms of
Hey,
the
fuck you.
conversation that is going on right now, right? You are
Yeah.
telling him what's going to happen because what you have seen happen prior to the story, but then he's telling you, well, this situation has never happened in the story, and what you guys are doing is just telling me what you believe is going to happen based on what you've seen prior to this. But the one part of the story that you still haven't seen before is interactions where Yonkos have joined forces. That is a fact. What he's saying isn't
Yeah,
like outlandish in what he's saying. He's not saying that, oh, it's just not going to happen at all. No, he's just saying we don't know what's going to happen because this situation is different than almost anything we've ever seen in the story. The only thing that you're
It
going off
involves
of with
Yonkos.
Luffy, the only thing you've ever seen, right, for Luffy in this situation, he's usually what happens. Like, hey, he gets the clout after the arc's over, he gets the clout and all that stuff. But the thing is, there's bigger individuals in this arc right now that are literally almost at the same title as Luffy right now. Luffy's the main character.
Can I interject?
Go
Can I
ahead.
interject and address some of the points that you said? Like this, the way the newspaper reads, well, not the newspaper, but the Marines know about what's going on in Wano is that Big Mom and Kaido are in an alliance to go fight. So a Big Mom at the end of this arc, their alliance loses. That's how they gonna read it. They gonna the Big Mom and Kaido alliance is gonna lose at the end of this arc. We all agree on that, right?
Yo,
How does she get credit for Kaido going down if she's part of the alliance that took a F? How does she
Betrayal.
win from that?
Backstabbing.
Can we answer?
Betrayal.
Can we answer? Yeah,
The
You
because
shit
think
that they
all that gonna be
literally
told in the
predict.
newspaper?
do you know X Drake is
It's
You
there,
think all
right?
that?
So if X Drake lets them
The
know
shit that they
that, oh
predict
yeah,
every
Big
single
Mom,
time. Backstabbing.
like come on now.
Okay, then. If you think that's how it goes, then I just disagree.
I
We're
mean,
telling you
y'all.
how they could look at it. You asked us
This is
how they would look
this
at
is
it.
under the
That's what I'm
assumption
saying.
that Luffy takes them out. Blackbeard could come and take them out, and
Oh
then
no.
what?
Oh shit.
I think
It all
Blackbeard
goes
comes. I
down the
do think
rabbit hole
Blackbeard
at the
comes.
end of
I
this
think
arc.
Blackbeard gets the body, but I think Luffy gets the credit of being him.
What we doing here? Why
They
So
Blackbeard
ain't
you
ain't
doing
think?
here?
nothing
Chill
but
out.
what you want.
Well, you think Blackbeard
What do
comes,
I want?
takes his fruit, and he gets no credit for anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he gets that credit.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
That's stupid.
You don't get
That's
no
stupid.
credit?
Crazy.
Wait, how do you
yeah.
come take a fruit and get no credit?
Nothing.
Bro, yeah, that one don't make sense because he literally
That
got
don't make
credit in the
sense at
Whitebeard
all.
shit. In the
Yeah, what
Whitebeard
the
shit, when
fuck?
he all he did
I don't
was
give
come
him
and
that much
clean
credit
up.
for the white beard shit either.
No,
What?
you
Hey,
don't, but they do.
You
hey,
don't. I'm
but
telling you my
they did.
opinion. Did y'all ask my
Hey,
opinion or did y'all ask the fucking story's opinion? I thought
we
y'all
we
asked
had some
Super
stories,
Cool's
Let
but
the
opinion,
we
so I'm
record.
fucking telling you
we
what the
talking
fuck
about
I
the
think.
stories.
You know that they don't care about
We're
your
talking about the
opinion.
stories.
Yeah, like
We're
what?
talking
Like how
about
you
the
gonna
That
ask me this
last
stories
part
fucking
was kind
question?
of correct. Yeah, right.
because the whole thing has been about the story and bounties.
No, you asked me. He
Yeah.
asked me my
Nah.
opinion, and I said, in my opinion, I don't give him that much credit for that either. That's me.
Hey,
That
that
ain't
ain't
the
bad
Waller
story.
said
enough.
that they
It's me
gave
talking
them
as
Regardless,
a
credit.
person.
But that's why I
regardless.
view it the way I view it. Because not only did this man kill a however much billion Whitebeard got, he
Fuck.
took his fruit too. And
Mm,
then he fights in Goku, the fleet admiral, and then
And
he beat Whitebeard's army.
mm. Beat his niggas.
And then took
That's
his
why I think they take
islands.
the context. That's why I think the Marines took the context of the situation. They were like, that nigga really didn't beat Whitebeard. So we ain't finna we ain't finna give him that big ass bounty like he really just beat Whitebeard.
And then
But
when he
then,
beat his army and took his islands,
but
then
big
what?
news. What about this? What about him pulling up on Dragon trying to get right? You feel me? And then fighting CP0 and still coming out
exactly.
unscathed. That's big shit.
I can't believe this, bro.
That nigga said
Yeah,
he get
it
no
Luffy
seems
credit.
like
fandom
it seems
goes
like a
so
lot of
crazy,
people
bro.
have a lot of different opinions on this. So we're
That
kind of
nigga
going in
said no
circles.
credit.
But uh,
No credit.
who? All right, who here thinks it's going over 3 billion?
I think
I think it's going over 3.
I
Nah,
I
I
settle
can
at
see
I
agree.
that.
settle at like
Hell
three
no.
five, but no
Hell
more
It's
than that.
going to
You get
5.
3.5,
Yeah.
Let's go.
3.5.
Let's
no.
go, hater.
Hater in the chat.
I think it get
What?
right. I think it get like right at 4, close to Shanks.
I give it 5.
foe?
Y'all get mad at me.
I
Nah,
only said that when
3.5
we
is
started this whole conversation.
0.5 is the max I give it Super
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
Carry.
saying
big news.
0.5 is
That's
the
the
max
same
for me.
reaction I
That's
had when he
crazy.
said it the
That
first
nigga
time.
said,
Uh,
"Fuck."
I'm getting that
Foe?
5.
Yeah, now
Top,
3.
top,
I
top.
settle on 3.5. I don't go no higher than that.
I'm in the boat with the
I need to
three
go back and
five
go
as
watch
well.
some of them goddamn like whole cake
I'm
island
under
streams
3.
so I can hear y'all say he ain't gonna get 1.5 billion the same way y'all
I
said this
say,
shit.
Nah,
I
Ain't no
say,
I need to go
ain't
I
get the
nobody
say
talking
context
about
so I
5.
can
that.
hear y'all
Shit,
be
look
proving
oh
at
no
right
no no
about it.
what?
super
Look at
cool
them.
super cool.
Hold
I
on.
give
Look
it
Y'all
at
like
them
he's going
pictures
to
of his
800.
eyes.
There's no way he gets over a
super cool.
billion.
Super cool.
There's no
I hear
way.
that super cool. I
You
will
will hear
grant
that.
you. I
Yeah,
did
you
not
will
think
hear
he
that.
would go over one. I didn't think he would be over a billion.
What? You will? Yeah, that's a fact. You'll hear that a lot.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
didn't
niggas did
believe it.
not think that Luffy was gonna touch a bill. What?
But I don't think he goes
Man,
from
y'all
0.5
boys
to
on
4.
dope rock, bro.
That's when I'm building
Y'all
with
boys,
5.
listen.
Listen, 5
I
billion.
expected. Listen,
So,
wait. How the fuck would he not reach 1 bill when he literally beat a nigga who's
That's a bill.
860
man,
mil,
Because he was at
and then
5
beat a
mil
nigga?
at that point.
Wait. Listen to what I just said. He beat a dude who is 860, and then beat a dude who is 1 billion and 57 million. How the fuck does he not get to 1 billion?
At that point, I didn't know if Oda was gonna do more than 500 million. I
Let
didn't.
me
I didn't
let
think
me
he was
let me
gonna. I didn't
reply
think
to
he was gonna
Wallow
throw a
too.
billion on him and call it a day. I didn't think he was gonna
So
go that far.
let's keep that same context, Wallow. Even though like we know at first it's obviously gonna be multiple people fighting Kaido. I personally think it's gonna be Luffy, Law, and Kid, maybe Zoro, cater to the Zoro fans, whatever. But at the end of the day, is gonna more than likely, in my opinion, be like the Doflamingo situation where Luffy and Kaido are 1v1 winning at the end of it, and Luffy beats him. So if Luffy beats the person with the literal highest active bounty in the series that we know of right now, currently, why can't we take that same context and give it to Luffy at
Because
the end of
he's
this arc?
bro. Listen, I'm gonna say it
Five
Can he
again.
get?
Billy.
Can he get
I'm
some
gonna
head?
go after y'all.
It is
I'm gonna go after
not.
y'all.
It'll probably be, bro.
I'll go out
Like
to bed
it's
now.
that
Yeah.
situation is not gonna be as simple as that. First of all, and like I said, I'm of the dude. It is no possible way they're beating Kaido without some type of jumping shit. And when I'm talking about jumping, nigga, it's gonna take all the
Grand scale.
supernovas to get on
Like
his
30 of
ass.
them niggas.
Okay.
Grand scale.
Well, I know Kaido's bounty is not just because he's strong. You just don't beat. You can beat him, and then you. It's not a bounty swap type of thing. This man has territories. He has reputation. He has
Mm-hmm.
legacy, and
Crew.
Luffy's
Talk to
still
him.
building on that.
Talk to him.
I'm next too.
And that's
Make
as
sure
simple as
you.
that.
Oh,
Go ahead,
okay.
clown.
I was gonna say my main argument, like for that, is that like I think it just depends on how you really see Wano like finishing out. Cause like the way Wallow say that shit, I don't think that how Kaido go down. I think like they try and jump him at first, and then like Kaido go beat all the other supernovas up, and then it gonna be just like Luffy and like Kaido standing at the end of the fight. I don't think like the other supernovas are gonna be standing up still fighting Kaido at the end of the fight. I think cause that if they still standing and like helping Luffy at the end of the fight, it ain't really no like dramatic tension. Like you really don't feel like okay, you know what I'm saying? Like how this shit gonna go out if they just still standing up. So like I give Luffy most of the credit. Like it's just like the Doflamingo shit. Like if Law would have been still standing out here bagging up like side kicking Luffy at the end of the Doflamingo fight, it wouldn't have hit the same in my opinion for me.
I
That's just
gotta,
for
I
me though.
got, I gotta just a question. Y'all remember like literally a couple of chapters they showed us the shit about the rocks, right?
Hmm.
That's
And
right.
they explained to us that Garp is the hero that beat rocks, but Pirate King Roger actually helped him in the final parts of that battle to beat rocks. But Garp got the credit. So could you say that's like a foreshadowing? Hey,
I think
this is
I
I
think
probably
thought
gonna
that
I thought
happen.
it was.
I
I'm
don't, I
telling
don't
you,
think that
yeah.
I don't think that fits though, because it's just like like for me the way I think about it is that Gart really beat him, but they just it like the Smoker situation back in Alabasta that they gave the credit to Smoker for beating Crocodile when Luffy really beat Crocodile, and that's why Gart really don't like that shit because he really don't know that he didn't beat that man like that.
But they showed us a silhouette. They literally showed us. He showed
Of
us
him
a panel
fighting,
of
they
him
showed him a
fighting.
phantom,
Like
them
they,
fighting. Yeah,
yeah,
you
that
think you
that.
think the you think the world government gonna go out here and be like Gold Roger is like the hero of the world? He went and beat
But
this rocks guy.
that's not what I'm. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
That's
about for Garp. I'm talking about for Garp. Garp was still in that fight, and you could tell that he was a significant part of that fight because he got messed up. Like
Right,
you
but
could
I
tell.
yes,
think
Like
I think
yeah,
Super Cool is saying that Garp may not have been the main driver as to why Rocks was defeated.
oh yeah, probably.
exactly,
Yeah.
Okay.
But why?
exactly.
But
That's
why?
all I'm
Why would
saying.
you say that?
Yeah,
Because I just
no, 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 Keem. It's understandable because what he said was true. The government would never just tell people it was Pirate King Roger and Garp that did it. They would never want to like put that dude's
admit
name
that.
out there as like he helped, like he was the reason that they were able to do it. They would never do that. They don't mess with pirates in the first place. And they were fighting pirates. They don't want another people to know, hey, we work with pirates. It's
I
understandable.
understand that, but there's no reason to say that the load that was carried was more than the other.
It's not, but I'm just saying like it
What
was
do you
part of
wait? Hold
it.
on. What do you mean?
You asking me why I'm
Like
saying that? You asking
No,
me
no,
what makes me
no.
say that?
I'm
no,
asking
no, no,
Keem
no,
what
no.
he
I'm
means. Like, explain what
I'm
you
Now
mean.
saying like
okay.
Go ahead, King.
there's no reason to believe that like Roger did more work than Garp or Garp did more work than
Yeah,
Roger
no,
in the
for
fight.
sure, for sure.
So
That's
why
just
would
my
Nah,
opinion of like how I read the
We
story.
just
Like
know
if
we
I'm
shit.
wrong,
know
I'm wrong.
we know. Well, here's the thing, Keem. Like, we know that both Roger and Garp were prominent forces in that fight against Rocks, and we know that Garp became the Garp that we all know about because of that fight. And I mean, like, I think there's an argument. At least I would be sympathetic if the argument was made that because it's such a monumental win, and if it was really Gold Raja, the Marines have incentive to be like, we're not, we'll increase your bounty, but we're really gonna give credit to Garp, so Garp can sort of be this mantle of Marine justice. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay,
This
like
is this is my
to
whole
me,
point. The reason.
oh,
Oh,
go
let
ahead,
me
go ahead.
let
let
me
me
say
say
that
let
real
me
quick,
say
and
this.
then I'll let you.
Go ahead,
All
fam.
right.
Go ahead.
My main argument for why I think like Gold Roger was the main guy doing is evidence to support it in my opinion. Like the fact that Garp never likes to talk about. If you
That's
ask him
not the
about it, he
reason.
won't say anything.
That's
Of
not the
course,
reason,
can I
bro.
finish talking before you say
That
that's
was just
nothing?
wrong, but I'm
You
listening.
could have waited till I got done to say that's
That's
nothing.
just completely wrong.
You realize that, right? Like
I,
ain't nothing gonna change. You can say that at the end when I get through talking, but that's
but
fine.
I said it
We can
now, and
keep
I'm
going.
gonna say it then too. So
All right, okay. So all goddamn courtesies have been taken away from this conversation. So I'm going to
I
keep
mean,
this saying,
it's
but
up
that's
to you.
fine. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm not gonna cry about it. Let's wild up.
Don't be so
Like in
fucked.
my opinion, what?
Just keep going, man. Just keep going.
Yeah. All right, okay, but yeah, like it's just the fact that I feel like the Marines as a entity wouldn't give all that credit like they wouldn't give all that credit to the dude that became Pirate King. They're gonna want to hype their side of it and have a symbol of peace, in my opinion, and look at Garp as the new guy that can, you know what I'm saying, like it's just a symbol for the Marines. They would hype their side, and if I feel like if Garp really was the main guy doing it, even if he did get help from a pirate, if he was the dude that beat rocks, he would talk about it because like him getting help from a pirate ain't that big of a deal. I think he couldn't do it, and that's why he doesn't want to talk about it. But
I
that's just
got
my
you now. Wait,
psychoanalysis.
hold on. It's real quick.
Oh,
Garb doesn't want to
no,
talk
I don't
no,
about
give a
it.
no.
He
fuck
was
how quick it
defending
is, and no
Celestial.
respect.
He was defending
Look,
Celestial Dragons.
hey,
That's why he didn't
Defending,
want to talk about
My turn, King.
it.
Look,
Got you.
yeah.
That
yeah.
was
See,
it.
this is the thing, bro. This is what I
Complete.
was about to say. I've been the day one A1 saying this shit, bro. There was already a parallel shown to us, and that is why I think the pirate did most of the work. The Rocky Port incident with fucking Kobe. We know Kobe wasn't the main nigga out there putting in work, bro, because Law literally from that incident became a Shichibukai because he had 200 motherfucking hearts. He was the nigga out there going crazy. You feel me? But who got the credit? Kobe.
They
Wallow.
both
Those are
got
two different
credit. Like,
incidents.
what are you talking about? They
Those
both
are
It's
two
got
two
different
credit.
different
incidents.
incidents, but it's what the fuck? It's a parallel. The fuck?
Whoa. The
I
the
mean,
pirate hearts.
Law
He just
Law
brought him in.
caused the
There was
Rocky
no
Fort incident.
interaction. There was no
Kobe
fight.
just got like recognition for being
Pinged
a
off a
hero
few
in the
bitches.
situation.
Yeah, there was
That
no
that
fight
that
with the
Whoa,
that
hearts
that's not
involved.
the same thing at all.
Yeah, he
And
just
like
brought the hearts.
where
whoa.
let me comment on what Super said as well. I
Y'all
think what
niggas
Super
is
said,
clowns
like
if y'all don't think that
like
the
in my
Rocky Fort
opinion,
incident is where he got them heart.
The way that Super tried to portray Garp's character and
Okay.
what he said was way off in left field in my opinion. In my opinion, the way he said that, I don't think he understands Garp's character very well, and I'm not like trying to take a slight at you by saying
Entertain me.
that.
Come on. Like, come on, entertain me.
Oh, that's what
Shut up,
Ding, ding,
bitch
ding.
ass.
Let's get
try
it.
that.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
there's no
I'm
way.
not
There's no
disrespecting
way
it,
you're
but niggas
about to
trying to
back
come at
out
me.
now, bro.
Like,
You
we
just
Yeah,
cool.
Tell
you
the
ain't
literally
story,
finna.
just
Yeah,
Rufy.
said
come
that,
on,
Yeah,
come
nigga,
on.
no,
bro.
tell him why he
Go ahead. Just
dumb,
go ahead,
Luffy. Tell him why
Yellow.
he
Fight
Yeah,
dumb.
back,
tell him
nigga.
how
You
to
ain't finna
come
sit
get
there and
Fight
be
me.
like,
back,
let me
nigga.
try
This
and be
nigga
like,
said,
Fight
I
I
didn't
back,
even
nigga.
shoot at you, but let
He
me
Hold
just
just
on.
said
pop
to
the
me
Hold
saying
on.
no
pistol and
Hold on.
point
Fight
disrespect,
at
nigga.
the
I
back.
don't mean
nigga.
to
Like
call you
what?
a clown,
I
but
don't think you know how to
clown,
read
listen.
this shit.
I
All
think
right, let
he's
me say
left
like
field, boy. I think he got shit
This
all wrong.
nigga finger slipped on a trigger, bro. Like that's
so
crazy.
like the way you said it was like you said like Garp ain't want to talk about it because he really ain't like really do shit that in a short summary. The way that I'm saying it is like this. Knowing how Garp's character is, Garp is a very multi-layered character, and is one of the more multi-layered characters in the series. Now we know the relationship Garp had with Roger, with the multiple interactions he's had with Dan talking about Roger, or going to the flashback where him and Roger are talking, and Roger saying,
Did
"I
this
think of
nigga
you
just
as a
call that
crewmate."
bitch
Since
Dan? Dadan, nigga.
Dadan, Dadan, dead end, like whatever, nigga, like whatever.
non talking that nigga? You sound uneducated about the story.
But that's
Y'all
just
call the
Y'all
bitch
niggas
Dan
be
Dan.
heard in the background.
Like,
But no, don't
like y'all
don't
niggas
worry. We
emotional
have
out
it
I
here.
be
all
hurt.
here the same. You know
But
what I
Let
mean?
him finish. Let him
18,000
finish. Let him
people.
finish.
Going off of that, like all the things that Garp has said specifically about Roger and how he views pirates as a whole and him and how he views like the world and his job and how he's chosen his job over family in instances and he was very conflicted in the story. If you go back and look at the panels and how it was portrayed, it was obviously a 50-50 exchange with Roger and Garp taking out the entire Rock's crew in the way that they did because you see like the Marines cheering for Garp, but we don't see where Roger's at in that situation. And that, in my opinion, right there with them cheering like that, that was the final moments where Zebek went down and like Garp sitting there like, yeah, nigga, like, what's up? I just did it. The reason why Garp don't specifically want to talk about it is where the way his character is, he don't like pirates at all. He's always told Luffy, I'm going to train you to become the strongest marine, the strongest marine, the strongest marine. He views pirates as dirty, low down scum. He knows that Roger, he said it specifically, no matter how many times I faced Roger and learned about him and this and that, I could never bring myself to hate him or think that he's a bad person because he just wasn't after all of my interactions with him. So he knows that Roger was a good guy. So he knows that there are bad pirates and good pirates. But at the end of the day, when you look at the scenario where he despises and looks at celestial dragons as scum of the earth, and what he did in that situation was go protect these celestial dragons. He doesn't want credit for protecting scum of the earth celestial dragons because
Yes, sir.
that's more of a slight than protecting pirates. That's more of a
Can I
slight than
respond to that when
protecting.
you get
That's
through?
more of a slight
That
than protecting
long ass
bounty
point,
hunters
my
or
nigga.
yada
Yes, you
yada
That's
have
what
the
yada.
I'm
floor.
saying. That's what I'm
You
saying.
have
It
the
took him
floor.
5 minutes to say that he
Are y'all
wanted credit for
mad?
God. He didn't want to take the credit for saving.
Luffy, that was excellent. I liked your point.
Exactly.
No,
You guys
nigga.
don't like
Congratulations.
my
Don't
That was a
boost
point.
that
really good
nigga.
point.
But
It just could have
cool,
been
you
summed
have
up
the
very
floor.
shortly. My whole response back to that is a good part of it. I will factor that into my thinking. It just the way I see the story, I feel like, in my perspective, I do feel like he got all that clout. I feel like he got all that clout, and I understand exactly what you're coming from. But I feel like the way they present Gold Roger as a character, I give him more precedence, and I feel like he did more because of
You
the way that
like
they
Gold
portray
Roger
him in the
more.
story. I
You
like
like
Gold
Gold
Roger
Roger
more.
more.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's literally what
That's
you just
literally
said.
not what I'm saying. The story portrays Gold Roger that way. That ain't me doing it. That's the
The
nigga that writes the
greatest,
story doing it.
the Pirate King,
Mm.
and the greatest Marine that they
I don't
have.
know if it does that. I don't know if it does that.
What are you doing?
You don't think the story puts a greater presence on what Gold Roger accomplished in this story than Garp?
Nope.
What?
Okay, then that's fine.
Mm.
That we
He just got
disagree.
to
Because
One Piece.
only because when you go D Roger and Garp interact, he says you almost kill 1,000 times or
Literally
every time
equal
we met
every
some shit
time.
like that. And then the part of the hammer in for me is when Marineford, when the admirals got out their chair and then go and not Goldie Roger, but Garp sat down in their chairs. That solidifies this nigga is real.
He's on their
I
level.
agree, he real. I just think I ain't like this.
Every
that
time Gold
that
Roger,
told
let me
me that
respond.
this man is the truth.
Let me say
I
something.
ain't never say he wasn't the truth. I never said he was a bad character. I was just saying like I
Let
give
me
more
say something.
precedence to the Pirate King
And he would
Let me
never
because
get
that's what the
killed by
let me
true
story.
answer. Let me
fathers.
answer. Let me answer. Let me answer. Every
Oh, okay.
single instance that we've seen
Go
Pirate.
on and ride this dick. Come on, let go.
All right,
He
all right.
raised
Let's.
the Pirate King. He raised the second
We're
Pirate King.
arguing against Super Cool. You got to be on their side. Let's go. We know how this
All
goes.
right.
And he beat the first Pirate King. And he
Victim
beat the guy
complex
before the
cutting me.
Pirate
I
King.
got
So what are you? Oh, all right. Let me stop.
you. Being
Yeah,
a
he
victim,
did.
but whatever. Every single instance we've seen Roger and Garp, they have been equal. They've always been presented as equals. Every single instance. So, with literally the only way you can say one is over the other is that you like one more. There is no precedence over the other. They're
Let me say
presented
this.
as
Let me
equal.
say this as well. I think
I gotta respond to 5 niggas.
with
It's fine.
hold on, no,
I'll
because I'm
I'll be on your side now. Cool. I got you.
we're just gonna keep adding on to that.
Say something.
So you just
I
don't
got
like?
switch sides.
No, they had it.
there
All
is an
right.
overall like throughout the story. I'll agree. Like a lot of people, most of the people that read the story have this stigma towards the Marines because there are instances like the smoker situation, yada yada yada. I get that, but if you look at what Garp is as a character as well, Garp is basically Luffy if he joined the Marines. He's just an older Luffy that had joined the Marines, and that's basically Garp is what Luffy would have what would have became. So if you look at Garp in that scenario, the way that Oda has painted it,
Luffy would have caught Gold Roger.
Garp,
He wouldn't have been no player.
Garp,
But that's beside the point.
Garp being a D and like a character like that doesn't follow the guidelines that Oda's put in place for certain Marines. He's kind of a he's out of that circle. He doesn't follow those type of situations. So Oda portraying Garp in that manner and always portraying Garp as fighting to the death with Roger as equals. They fought each other so many times. They're acquaintances. Him being the greatest Marine while Roger's the greatest pirate. Yada yada yada. That's an even exchange right there, just like Keem said. So when Oda writes it in the sense where he says, "Yeah, Garp became the Marine hero because him and Roger took down rocks," there's the only reason why someone would disagree with that in the sense we're saying, oh well, Roger did all the work, even though Garp's a D and Garp is basically that's basically a Marine version of Luffy is because you have a stigma towards Marines and you think that they're lying on Garp's name.
I don't have a stigma. I'm just like, first off, let me ask you this first question because I want to address some of this shit.
Oh,
I gotta break this shit down because like I gotta answer like 7 different niggas. Like y'all gotta take turns to say the same fucking thing. Like, well, come on.
Ain't nobody said nothing.
First and
Though.
foremost, let's deal with this. So you telling me that Garp is a parallel to Luffy, right? That's his parallel. Is he a parallel to Luffy, or like is he a parallel to like 6 or 7 different niggas? Or is he only parallel to Luffy?
I said Garp is basically what Luffy would have became if he became a Marine.
In his opinion. You said he was a parallel to Luffy like a whole bunch of times in that soliloquy you just gave, but now you say you didn't say it.
What?
I didn't say
listen to yourself talk now.
Yeah, I think
I'm listening to myself up.
I think I was talking. I was talking, but you were like talking in your own head, and you were like,
I'm talking in my head.
No, he called you crazy.
Luffy if you joined the Marines. What are you doing?
Man, hey, y'all can't blame him.
I didn't use the word
literally had to wait for
the nigga talked for like 30 fucking minutes, bro. Like, what the fuck do you want from me?
We're not gonna destroy this. I'm gonna criticize this man for a short attention span.
Criticize this nigga for talking. Oh, you got it, bro.
Because if everybody else can keep up with all these points,
if y'all got it, are you gonna let me talk, or y'all gonna keep like going on in y'all?
They hate hearing dudes long arguments, but they'd be having.
Shut your dumb ass up! You don't even read the fucking story, bitch.
He doesn't even go here.
Yeah, here goes the petty.
Why are you here?
Who's man is that? Who's talking?
I disagree.
Who's man is that?
I get both sides of this story.
Dudes are caring about Luffy and his theories. Now he hurt.
Anyway,
let me go.
What does Luffy have to do with it?
Let me go.
As far
as story wise, like outside the story, being the story is based upon pirates, Goldie Roger would have a more impact to the reader. But if you dive into the story, they're damn near equal. Garp and Goldie Roger.
Facts.
I think that equals strength-wise. I think they equal strength-wise. I just give like the slight edge to Gold Roger. I think they're really close.
Are you talking about in a fight?
Because you like one.
Yeah, in a fight, I think I give Gold Roger a slight edge. Like a really slight edge. But I think they're really close to you.
But he literally prefaced his statements about the story. He was talking about the story.
No, we talking about the story. We talking about
who care about story? Who care about characters? Who care about characters?
He cares about fighting.
You shut up.
Yo, why you always trash, Jordan?
Well, how am I trash? I'm just leaving this man. This man talking about how he is person cares
don't give no fucks about the story.
Dudes care about this.
Man, just try me, bro.
The way I see it.
Simple, get your friend, bro. He truly can.
Y'all funny, man.
I'm the bad
guy. That's your friend, Simple.
They tell you what they tell you. You say you talk about characters. It's all a story. But about the story. Come on now, man.
That boy don't care about those.
If we projected some shit that we ain't seen, my guy, like of course I'm a goddamn like look at the characters.
We did.
We projected some shit we never seen. We don't know what the fuck happened at the Rocks incident, so we projecting what we would think the characters would do in this scenario.
Hold on a sec. But it was super cool. Big News literally prefaced his statement says, on a surface level, they didn't look like equals because we're looking at it from the side of the pirates. if you dive deep into the story, like Big News just said,
I
they
did say
were
that.
damn
You gonna
near
repeat the same
equal.
thing, Big News? You know
Then
I
why didn't
heard
you
Big News
understand
say
that?
that, right? So like,
So you didn't
why are you
understand.
repeating the
So you
same
see,
comment?
You could have
because
fooled
you
us,
didn't
dog. You
understand.
definitely could have fooled.
You did not understand what he said. Apparently, that's basically why I
I
reiterated it.
understood
'Cause
exactly
y'all,
what he said. What does that have to do with the point I just said?
Hey,
it
Big
just
News. Let's
sounded
talk
like
about
you
right on
didn't
front,
What
Big
understand
point
what he was
News.
after?
saying.
Let's
What
talk
point
about
did I
front,
say
Big News.
after he
Hey,
said that
Big News heard you, Big News.
that
Big News
you
disregarded
heard you.
that point?
started
So
talking
I
about
heard
hold
you,
on,
Big
hold on,
News.
y'all in the background, be
One at a
quiet for a minute.
time. Calm down.
I think I'm
What
black.
point did I say after that
sir,
disregarded what the fuck Big
sir.
News just said?
Big News was talking about the story, and you started talking about strength and fight.
Big News heard you, fam. I
My
listen to Big
main point
News.
that I just hold on, hater. You ain't your name ain't super cool. You ain't talking like Big News right now. Like the
I
fuck.
mean,
The
but actually,
whole
I listen
point
to
that I
them.
just
I listen to
oh
them,
you going
unlike you.
I'll wait. What you got to say, bro?
I was just listening.
What's
I
up?
was listening to him. That's all I said. I said I want to listen to Big News. I heard you, fam. I
Super
listened
sound
to what
like
you said.
he needed another sandwich.
Hey, get your sandwich.
You get your sandwich.
You done? You done? Cause I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be no hoe ass nigga and like cut you off
I
while you
am.
trying to make your big
I
point.
am done.
Stop.
I'm done, fam. I am done.
Oh yeah.
Nah, fuck
All
that
right,
to your
thank you for
point.
being done.
Fuck
I
super, fuck
apologize.
haters.
I'm
Whole
glad
ass
you
Fuck
got
nigga
the
haters.
throw
chance to
Nah,
hands.
talk.
talk, super
I would
cool.
shake your hand if I could, my guy.
That
Like I
boy
really
threw
You're
his
a
think you
hands
deserve
in
it.
the
terrible
chat.
person,
Like
bro.
But
Ass ass
the
niggas,
whole
bro.
point that I brought up was that I was saying that we have no context about that fight. So, like in that scenario, I
I
don't think
mix
me
it up.
saying that like disregards what the fuck Big News said. I agree with the point that in the story they are portrayed as equals, but I'm just like in a scenario where we have no context about what the fuck happened in the fight. I'm gonna use like their characters to try and determine what the fuck I would think would happen because we have no context.
Their
So
characters are
So how does
portrayed
that disregard what Big News said?
as equal.
Nah, we got all the context, nigga.
because
Hey
you're
man,
talking about
they can't be equal, bro. I just they
hey,
might be something close to it. You feel me?
I literally said they were like damn near equal. I just gave Gold Roger a
I
slight edge. Like I don't
Because
know what they want
but
from me.
check this out.
Like
But check this out. But check this out. This is why I'm a, this one scenario alone. I'm gonna go off the whim and say that shit too. You feel me? Yeah, nigga. He said he cornered or trapped. He almost cornered. They cornered him a lot during their little whatever bullshit. He used to chase him. You feel me? Whatever. But I know him and Sengoku. They had to jump that nigga Shiki, bro, to beat that man. You feel me? Gold D did that by himself. Hey.
that just depends on
I
where
don't
you
think they
put shit.
had to jump him, but I will take that point because it fits my side.
Because yeah, you're
I
poor at doing my job.
I don't think it was by
You're
himself. I
very
think didn't the
poor in
storm
it.
hit or some shit like that to help him out.
Hey,
There
That
was
just
a
depends
storm
on where
that
you
fucked
put
up
Shiki at.
Shiki,
yeah.
and a steering wheel
That
hit
man
him in
had
the head.
luck.
Nah, nigga, that was Gold D's conquerors, bro. The fuck y'all talking about, bitch?
what?
That's why you think Shanks got that red hockey light, and he learned that shit from Roger. What you talking
Oh
about?
Man,
wow.
like y'all, bro, like y'all literally see storms when this conqueror shit go off, bro. And y'all really gonna act like that storm was random, bro? Fuck out of here.
I can't deal with this.
You can't deal with the truth. You can't handle the truth,
The
nigga.
head cannon is off the charts,
This
man.
head bazooka, dog.
Nah.
Man, nigga, you been headbutting me all motherfucking night, bro. Fuck
Nigga, I
you.
ain't headbutt nobody. I don't even
Wow.
talk head cannon. Y'all know
Nigga,
it.
nigga been running around like
Y'all know
Superman in this
damn well I don't
bitch.
talk head cannon.
I'm gonna just go
Hey
out here
man.
next stream. I'm gonna be like the sun is yellow. I'm gonna have a 2 hour argument with King because
I
he got to
mean, that's
disagree with
exactly what we
everything
need
I
to
ever said.
leave because you're stupid. You'd say something like that.
If you say that dumb
Nigga.
shit,
I'm
Sinister, I
stupid for
will.
saying the sun is yellow.
If
Is
you
that what
Yeah,
you're
say
telling me?
that,
I'm
yes,
stupid for saying the sun is yellow.
yeah,
yes.
Okay, bet.
yeah,
Bet.
yeah. Sun
And
Hey
is
that
man,
is
fucking
how the
yellow,
if we want to
nigga.
be
year of
technical,
petty
it's
began.
kind of
Super cool.
orange.
It's not yellow.
Man,
It's
that shit
Not
made
orange.
me
even
want to go get
orange.
some Sunny
It's
D,
You
boy.
literally.
That
hate to
shit
see
Y'all
be
it.
got it, man.
busting.
You
It's
hate to see
literally
it.
Y'all
not
got it, bro.
either of those.
Bitch, what? We
It's
have
like
a
red,
yellow sun. It's
red.
classified as a yellow sun. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
No, no,
Y'all
no,
niggas
no,
sound retarded.
no, no, no.
Yellow.
Stop, stop.
You
Are
niggas
you
sound
still drawing
retarded.
your
Shut
sun in
up.
the
It's a
fucking
yellow
corner of
sun.
your
Rage,
phone?
rage, stop, rage, stop, rage, stop.
Fucking hate you
This
niggas.
is
Rage, are
rage,
you
stop.
stupid?
The
Hold
sun
on,
is
hold
white,
on.
bro.
It is literally white.
I hate
Literally
you,
a
dumbass
ball
niggas.
of fire.
We don't have a white sun. We don't got a
It's
fucking
not.
red sun or
It is
orange sun. It's
not
classified
that.
as a yellow
Dude,
star. You
dude,
dumbass
listen,
Let's just
nigga.
move on.
listen,
Let's just move
listen,
on.
listen.
Bro.
So,
Oh,
I hate you niggas.
I want to make you
Nah,
look
nah,
stupid on this
nah.
stream, but I'm not gonna do that.
You
Cause
making me stupid. I got my phone in my hand. I can Google and post a screenshot for you what our son is classified as,
Niggas about
Cola.
to supposed to tell each
Yo,
other.
Hey,
this
I didn't
man,
say
yo,
call him the
this man thinks
classification
we
though.
live in
Listen,
Superman world, bro. This nigga said we were a yellow sun. Like, yo, come on.
I
it is
bet.
common
No, bet. No,
misconception.
no. Bet. You
I don't
niggas
want to
think
do
you're
this
so
next
smart.
time.
Bet. I'm
We're
about
gonna
to
do
look
this
this
next
shit up
time.
right now.
Ray,
Bet.
Ray,
Nah,
Ray,
bet.
I just looked it up for you. I got you.
You look.
This
Just, I
is
don't need you.
I
I
have
don't
it
need
right
you,
now.
Cola. I can look it up myself. I have a phone myself.
But hey, do that. But while you at it, I'm gonna just say this. It is a common misconception that the sun is yellow or
Mm-hmm.
orange or even red. However, the
Mm-hmm.
sun is essentially all colors mixed together, which appear
Mm-hmm.
in our eyes as white. This is easy to see in pictures taken from space.
Oh, get 'em.
Rainbows
Get
are
'em.
light from the sun separated into colors. So you're
Get
dumb.
'em.
Facts.
You see how much evidence they gave to the fact that they just want to argue about the sun being yellow? It
No, we
just
just
being
arguing
right.
that you're
You just
stupid.
want to
That's
argue
all.
because I said the sun is yellow, so you want to argue just so you can see me be wrong.
Because
That's
it's
literally all
wrong.
it comes
It's my
down
duty
to.
to
Because you
correct you.
were wrong.
Super cool, super cool. I didn't want to talk to you because you seemed like you didn't care about the conversation. But
I don't.
he just called me a dumbass and said you're
I
dumb.
will still call you a dumbass
And then
honestly,
Don't
let me just
because
end
you
this
still
real
are a
quick, bro. Because
dumbass,
that
Cola.
whole shit that you read was just dumb to me personally. Because it's essentially saying it's every color. So if you're seeing yellow, like I remember there was this bullshit ass like text message that went around about some dress where
that
people could only
yeah.
see
Yes, that
motherfuckers.
dumbass shit.
Their eyes can only see certain colors.
Wallow, when you use the reflection of the light from the sun, it separates into the color spectrum. That is the science behind it. It is not yellow. If it was, it could not
The
be
links
that.
that y'all are going to defend this to try and make
Shut the
me
So
be
fuck
let me
up.
ask
wrong
you. Let
is
me
Shut
ask you a
the
literally
fuck
my
up.
question. Let me
You're
whole
a
ask you a
point.
loser
question,
right now.
Cola.
That's
Cola,
literally
let me
You're
ask you
a
a
part of this
question.
conversation, right? Super cool. Shut
Cola,
up.
let
I'm
no.
not
Let me
talking.
ask you something. Are there the classifications of stars, which our sun is considered a star, right? Are there
You're
not
talking
white
about the
dwarves?
class.
Are there not white dwarves? There's
RG,
the
but you're not
fucking
listening. So stop. So
they
stop. So
all
stop
have
right
different
there.
fucking.
So
You gonna shut up
stop.
and let me talk, nigga?
I'm not saying
Yeah,
that. What you're
you
saying
didn't
is
even let
talking
me
about something
motherfucking
else.
finish.
So what you're saying is something else. You're talking about what is the classification of the sun in terms of what kind of star it is. You did not say what color is
Those
that star.
fucking
What color
different
is it?
types of stars have different types of
Are you serious?
colors. Cola, they radiate different. They
They do
fucking. Oh
not
my
radiate.
god.
They do not. It's not that, bro. I'm
man.
not
Don't
talking about that.
nobody give a
Are you
fuck
This
serious?
is
about the
not a
colors of
stream
this.
topic. What are y'all
I,
on?
I just,
Hey,
I just,
hey.
like I said, that statement was just dumb to me, bro.
Well,
Because
apparently
if
science is
it's
dumb to you, bro.
breaking,
I'm sorry.
if it's breaking
Hey,
into the
I'm
light
sorry.
spectrum, right? Then what is? Explain to me what is the light spectrum? The light spectrum is
The
something
light
that you
spectrum
see.
is light spectrum in terms of is broken down into different colors of rays that we talk about in terms of ultraviolet. It goes from fucking the ultra. It's all from red
Who's that?
to fucking blue. Are you serious,
The
bro?
one who's
It's
writing it.
literally
Cola,
science, bro. What are
It's
y'all talking
literally
about?
like
Cola, can I tell you
shine a
something?
light on
Can I read a
the
quote
ring.
for you real quick?
Go ahead,
Cola.
dog. Go ahead.
The
Tell me about
sun
the
is a
classification of the
G2V
star.
type star, a
Yeah, tell me
yellow
about the
dwarf,
classification of
and
the
a
star.
main sequence star. What
Tell
did
me
I
about
just
the
read to you,
classification of
Cola?
the
What did I just
classification.
read to
What kind
you?
of star it is? But you were saying what color is it? It literally. This
What color did I just say in that sentence, Cola? What color?
I got you, dog, because you just said it is a yellow star. You talked about the classification of what kind of a star our star is.
Yeah, because there's a
But you
spectrum
said,
of the
but
color of
you said,
stars.
but niggas are literally telling us, asking us, what color is the star itself?
And
We
based
don't
on the
see.
classification and color.
Excuse me. I'm ending the
What?
stream
What?
right now because we're just not gonna
go
argue about.
ahead.
We're not
Go
arguing
ahead.
about science
Go
right
ahead,
now.
dog.
You
Just
can do that.
hey,
Go ahead.
So I will say this to everybody that's watching: find out if the star is the yellow star next time on
yeah. We're not
Dragon
talking about
Ball
kind of
Z.
retarded. I don't